Before we begin, I just want you to just real quickly think about where you were a year ago and think about the last thing you did 1 year ago. I'll give you about a minute just to think. I know, real cheesy, but just think about it real quickly. Happy Thursday. Welcome back. It is episode number 17 on Thursday, March 11th, 2021, 9:32 p.m. Central Time Zone. Today is March 11th. For those people that know about the band 311, happy 311 Day. For those of you who are super nerdy, on Sunday, happy Pi Day. Also, don't forget to set your clocks forward an hour Saturday night, Sunday morning. And for those yesterday, hello. Whoa, this is gonna mess with our overlay here. This is new. I need to throw me for a loop. How am I gonna set this up here? We're doing it live. We always do it live. Let's see how I'm.
We're doing it live.
How am I gonna set this up here? Let's see. We're gonna have to move. Actually, can I undo that? Can't undo. All right. Well, I'm gonna copy this into a new. Can I paste? Why can't I paste? That's so dumb. All right. I guess I'll just. I guess I'll just modify this one that we already have. All right. So because we've done some things to our Discord server, I need to change some things here. How about we just make that big?
Perfect.
Big.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I like that.
It's a large chat, and then I guess we'll move you.
Large chat. I pinned myself so I could stay on top.
We're over here. All right. Not always be on top. Sometimes it's nice to be on the bottom. But chat, yeah, big old chat, chat.
We can really see chat today.
Yes, big chat. And who knows, this might have to be the permanent overlay based off of the settings that changed in their Discord server. I honestly didn't realize that they would show Discord actually show that. Wonder if there's a way I can.
That's what happened.
Let's see. Focus. No, hey, he will focus on your beautiful face. There we go. I fixed it. All right. Just have to put that back where you belong. And put that away. This is odd.
Oh wait, I figured it out. Right click on him.
Right click on the.
Right click on him.
No, he's gone. I got him.
Right click on him, and then all the way at the bottom, show non-video participants.
No, I got it. I already fixed it.
Yeah.
I just gotta fix the overlay here. I'm trying to make it as big as possible so you guys can see chat without being like super cutting into the thing. Trying to be perfectionist here.
I like where my tag is.
That's right over your face.
Yes.
Let's see, are those good? I think those.
Untitled Underprepared.
Whoops! I don't want to move.
Dude, we are the most prepared podcast. We're just not prepared to actually do a podcast.
Yeah, this is why we called it the Underqualified Podcast, because we actually have no business starting a podcast. And we have absolutely zero experience with doing that.
This is how you set up a stream podcast.
Yes. And it's kind of funny how like OBS kind of like removed my stream information So I guess you have to do it manually on my second laptop here on Twitch now. Like, like I don't know why it's gone now, but it is gone. I wonder if the bot messed with that or anything like that. But welcome in, everybody. Finally, let's start over here. It is Thursday, March 11th. This is episode 17 of the Underqualified Podcast. Welcome in, Private Corver. It's not so private anymore. I know. I know you got promotion. That promotion. Probably. I assume it's a well-deserved promotion. Also, Dylan Sainer. We always enjoy having you here, and you make me feel valued whenever you're here, because you actually are. I'm not saying that other people in chat aren't important, but Dylan has a lot of weight and on popularity scale here, because he's a part of that treasured and gold standard tight end core for Iowa State.
It's true. Dylan actually wasn't very important until like 2 months ago.
Hey, you're important to me, damn it.
People would consistently mix up him and Charlie Kohler just because they thought that Charlie Kohler did everything.
I honestly would mix up Charlie Kohler and Chase Allen, because one, their names both start with C, and two, they're like the same height. Three, and I think their numbers are very similar too.
Dylan, for the record, I've tweeted out multiple times, Boomer Sainer, because your name is spelled similarly enough to Sooner that it works in text.
No, don't do that to him. Don't do that to him.
No, it was great. It was amazing. I was like, I need Sainer to get a catch right here, because I want to tweet this out.
Was it Charlie Kohler is the one that was from Norman? Who was from Norman?
I think so.
Yeah, so it would kind of work for him, because he's from there. But
yeah, but like I don't know. Dylan was more fun to say that about. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, Dylan is more willing to interact with scrubs like us. So he's number one. He's number one to me.
Left the university. Well, he's left the team, I should say, not the university.
Yeah, he's left the team.
Dylan's working on his second degree.
Nice. I'm proud of you, man. Proud of you always.
Charlie's too big time, dude. Charlie's the biggest.
That's why he has big PP. He is the big PP in our Discord server.
Well, maybe it depends on how often he does leg day.
Oh, never skip leg day, bro. Never skip leg day. That kind of reminded me of a Letterkenny thing. I don't know if you know the show Letterkenny.
Charlie PP. Charles PP.
Charles PP. Did somebody just scrape their curb trying to park? It sounded like it over outside my window.
My man Charles PP.
All right. Well, on the right-hand side of your screen, you got Skidap. You can find him on Twitter at Skidap. We like to call him Finn here. Please support his business, Cyclone Strength, I believe it is, right? That's what the business is called?
Yeah.
They just had their first blog post. I read it last night around 2 a.m. because my sleep schedule is absolutely messed up and destroyed right now this week. But nonetheless, it's still a very interesting read, and I'm very looking forward to many more blog posts to come from Cyclone Strength, because I was very, honestly, I can't say it enough. Like, there's so many people that do fitness wrong, and I'm pretty sure I'm one of them that does fitness wrong too, but I'm still learning. Like, even though I started like actively working out about 3, maybe 4-ish years ago, but like I was kind of like on and off, and so it wasn't until recently where I've kind of been going at it a little bit harder, or like at least weekly. And even 2 years ago was when I was like basically going to the gym every single day over the summer. It was like summer of 2019. But since then, I kind of got fat and went lazy and did nothing and ate all the time. So, but one of the most important takeaways that I saw from the blog post that I read last night was that in order to gain muscle, you have to. I'm trying to summarize this correctly, because I don't want to quote it too hard and get it wrong here. You have to take your caloric intake needs to be greater than how many calories you burn to build muscle. Is that correct?
So think of it like this, right? Your body needs fuel. Your body is full of fuel. Yeah, to gain weight, that is true. It's super simplified, which I mean is fine. In essence, it's you eat more calories than you burn, you gain weight. Whether the weight is good or not is the question, but your body's full of fuel. Your muscles are fuel. Your body fat is fuel. And so, I mean, if it like weight loss and weight gain is pretty nuanced, but at the same time, you can easily oversimplify it to just be eat more or eat less, and it makes sense. It works. It genuinely works.
And that's something that I've kind of had a difficult time understanding because of, I wasn't really educated on this stuff. I haven't taken would this fall in kinesiology? What would this fall into? Or nutrition? Well, I don't know what exactly would call it.
Nutrition.
Yeah, so I haven't really taken a nutrition course since my first semester of high school back in 2012. So, and I don't even remember, we didn't really deal with that. We dealt more with like, okay, what nutrients are in foods and other things like that. Not really how it affects your body, but
okay.
Oh no. Oh no. Why did you have to do that, AJ?
Oh yeah. No, Dylan, you're 100% right. That's why it's very nuanced. But like, yeah. No, you're 100% right. Like, that's why it is so nuanced. That's why there'll be some people that, need X amount of protein, X amount of carbs, X amount of fats in order to, gain muscle. But like, what I eat isn't going to work for you. Because like, I could eat 140 grams of protein a day.
That sounds like a lot.
It is, but at the same time, if at the same time, that's an amount for somebody that's trying to like try and build muscle past like their first like 3 years. When you get down to that kind of thing, because I think that's about 1.6 grams of protein per pound of body weight, which is how I do it. Some people do lean mass, but I prefer just straight pounds. Like, if I'm trying to gain weight, I'm going to eat probably 3,500 calories a day. Dylan's putting down 4,800 calories a day, and he lost 5 pounds last week. like that's kind of insane.
That is,
but
that's not kind of insane. I think that is insane.
But at the same time, he's 6'7", 270 pounds. If you're 6'7", 270 pounds, that would be
sounds kind of light for a 6'7" individual. I'm not sure though. Before you get that number though, I have to fulfill this command request. If this gets abused too often, I need to create a podcast PayPal and make that a donation incentive real quickly. I forgot to wear my skinny jeans today because I came from an open forum about 2 hours ago. So, but I guess maybe a little bit of cake there. There we go. Just a little bit, but an OnlyFans. It would have to be an OnlyFans. I'm sure. I guarantee you, Kovakuchi wouldn't subscribe to that though. But so going back to so what did you figure out the calculation there?
Okay, so Dylan burns 2,600 calories a day, and that's without
insane.
That's without exercise.
So he could just loaf around, and that's how much he burns?
Yeah, if he's just sitting there on his couch, that's what he's going to burn.
Ah, so I think I get it. Now that's why my Fitbit like automatically accounts for some calories burned even though I'm not doing any physical activity.
Yeah, because your body's doing something.
Okay.
But like, Dylan was saying that you burn while you sleep, while you watch television, while you drink water.
What I would like to know is
takes calories.
Is e-athletes
moving your arm?
I wonder how many calories e-athletes burn while in a hardcore gaming session. Because does stress make you burn more calories?
It can, but they're under the same kind of stress that like a proper athlete is. So the kind of stress that they're receiving isn't going to, the stress itself isn't going to be anything really. What's going to do it is going to be really just the functions that their bodies are performing, and that's incredibly nuanced per each one. Um, where they look at Shroud's brain. Yeah, no, he like when you look at it, there's a lot of activity going on, just period. But yeah, Shroud's insane. Shroud's like the upper echelon just because he plays so many games and like gets like actively tries to get good at them. Yeah, because he plays so many games and actively tries to get good at them. It's wild.
I'm gonna drop in a link to the Cyclone Strength website. They're very I don't know. This seems is the website new?
Uh, yes and no. It's been around since October, but it took me a long ass time to get things up.
Well, I guess I can't do it on OBS because OBS thinks I'm signed out. But if I'm signed out, how can I edit? How can I do all these things? How can I start streaming from OBS if I'm signed out? I don't know. So I have to type it in over here the old-fashioned way.
Like nutrition's probably like the thing that I'm the worst at when it comes to fitness, just because I am full like I'm fully the kind of guy that buys into the whole just eat more if you're gonna gain weight, eat less if you want to lose.
I use OBS Studio and it works and it has been fine. But once I added Stream Elements, I added the Stream Elements add-on to OBS, and that kind of messed things up. But at least I get more info on my main stream over here, so I don't have to constantly look over at my second laptop for just more in-depth details. And also, it allows the bot to work too. So that adding Stream Elements got us adding Stream Elements into OBS Live. Yeah, yeah. Streamlabs is more user friendly, but just I've put in so much work here that I just have been reluctant to switch. But without Stream Elements to add on, chat wouldn't be on screen. We wouldn't have the commands. The bot wouldn't work. And donations, I haven't set up donations yet because we don't have an official PayPal yet.
Streamlabs will help set up donations.
Well, okay. I haven't really dug too deep into that just from sheer busyness, but hopefully, I'm hoping that I could get that done sometime within the near future. And by near future, I mean within the next 2 weeks.
Sure.
But we'll see if that actually happens. Just because busy person. Like this week for me, it's just been super busy. Like I wanted to go to the gym one day this week, but I haven't had the time. Just have not had the time because it's been meetings, classes, homework, more meetings. So like, yeah, been crazy.
I'll say this about the gym, and like, don't take this as me like coming at you or anything like that. Because obviously school is incredibly important and whatnot, but like, something that I've noticed with fitness with people since we were just starting on the topic is that people want to get into fitness, but they don't actually care that much because they don't understand how important it really is. And so, when something matters, you're going to make time for it. People always make time to talk to their friends. People always make time to read a book. People always make time to drink 7 beers every night.
We're looking at you, Larry.
No, that few. Come on, man. Give him some credit.
Yeah, he got banned from Twitter for drinking too many beers. Or sorry, suspended. My bad.
Hat beer. But like, when you really get down to it, if like the gym matters to you, you're gonna find time for it. It'll happen. Whether and you're not even gonna try to make time for it. You just will.
Mm-hmm. I don't disagree with you there at all. Like, if you're using me as an example, which I know you aren't exactly, you're just talking in a general scope. But for me, yeah, it's important, but it isn't as important as other things that I have in my life. So, yeah, there are definitely times where I could do it. Like, oh yeah, I got a break between classes, I can go to the gym here. My personal preference though is like, I'm either gonna go to the gym at night where I don't have to like change in the locker room or anything like that, or if I go during the day, like I don't want to have to go on campus and then bring like a change of clothes in my backpack because my backpack's already like full of textbooks and other things like that. It's just a personal preference for me. Not that big of a deal, but for me, it's just I'd rather go to the gym already dressed. For the gym.
Sure. Hey Dylan, where are you working out at right now? Since you're not officially on the team. I think, aren't you still in Ames
He said he was.
in the facility? Okay.
Is that
Yeah.
Berg?
That'd be wherever the football team
Yeah,
lives. Yeah.
yeah. Because
I
it's not.
figured
It's
it
not
was
Olsen.
Berg.
Olsen's gone now. Olsen is
Well,
officially gone.
could be like the track team and randomly work out at least.
Do they really? Oh yeah. Well, they have meets there
Yeah.
too. Yeah, I forgot they
They
also
have,
have meets there.
well, yeah, that's our field house. Oh, dude, leads shit compared to Berg.
Isn't State like significantly better than Lead also?
No, you'd rather go to lead than state.
Because of what? How
Lead?
less crowded it is, or what? I've never been
No.
to. I've never been to State or Lead to actually actively work out.
So, okay, so the difference between state and lead is that state seems more like a commercial gym, whereas lead is like, oh, this is a weight room that's also in like just a field house at a school. And it feels a lot homier to me. As somebody who considers himself a gym connoisseur, it feels considerably homier. State gym's fucked. You know what State's good at? State's good at playing pickup basketball with guys that only wear Jordan 1s. People who say lead is better are just lying to themselves. Dude, lead is where I watched a guy split his foot in half during spring break because he was deadlifting drunk.
What the fuck, man? What are you doing?
I will say this, I have zero problem with people that decide to deadlift in any kind of flat shoe. Doesn't matter if it's thongs, doesn't matter if it's slides, doesn't matter if it's barefoot. I really don't give a shit. As long as your feet are able to be flat and close to the floor, good for you, man. But like, don't do that while you're drunk. Come on.
Sounds like a bad idea all around.
Like, dude, Lead had the best pickup basketball.
That's
That was
where,
where shit got
yeah,
rough.
everybody would go to Lead to play pickup basketball. Like there was even times where I'd have people just sitting in seasons, and they'd come up to me and they would ask like, "Yo, we're playing pickup basketball over at Lead. You want to come?" Like,
Mhm.
I'll think about it, which usually meant no because I'm ass at basketball, and you definitely don't want me on your team.
The
I'm
nice thing about a field house court too is that you can wear other basketball shoes or tennis shoes and you're gonna get a good grip no matter what.
in Lead. You said
Yeah, because it's a field house. So it's it's hard track rubber.
the only yeah, actually, I do remember that. Yeah, because the Lead basketball courts are actually on the track, if I remember correctly, going
Some
in.
of them, yeah.
Yeah, and the only time I really the only time I've been in Lead was
Mm.
for a house volleyball kind of thing that we did for when I was living
Oh
over
yeah, they've
at
got volleyball courts over on one side too. People play
they
badminton and volleyball over there.
there's volleyball on one side and then there's a soccer field or a soccer pitch on the other
Oh,
side.
I mean, well, the practice football. It's like a practice football field. I don't think that the football team uses it all. Dylan could say that, but yeah, it's a straight football field.
Why would the
The
football
size of a football field.
why would the football team even use it though? Because they got the Berg. They got both an indoor practice facility there and they have the outdoor practice field outside of Berg. So
Who knows?
it wouldn't make much sense for me to see the football team doing anything outside of their normal premises.
Who knows? Nebraska sends their football team all over for practice,
That's weird.
and Nebraska has a total of 9 practice football fields.
I figured they would because 90s Nebraska
Nebraska.
was like they probably got
It's
all the money.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, real quickly, I want to go back to what Dylan said about the weight room. Is saying it's nuts. I do remember seeing a snippet of it when I was watching ESPN's College Football 150 like series of things. They briefly showed Iowa State's training room, and Alan Lazard was doing a walkthrough of it, but they only showed like a brief, like 15 seconds of it. But it does look extremely nice. It kind of looks, just around the whole Berkshire complex. There's a lot of like your guys' film room is super nice too. Like you guys, it's almost like a theater. Is what you guys look? It looked like you guys had like a theater in there. So
Yeah.
it is nice.
Film rooms are.
I didn't know that. Like I never played football past junior high, and in junior high we don't study
Wait,
film.
have you ever? So you've never seen like Oh God, no, you probably have never seen. You've never seen Tanked.
Nope.
So there's a show, right, about two dudes that build fish tanks for a living.
Oh,
Love the
that
show
tank.
because I
That
love
tank.
fish.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I have seen that
Yeah.
tank. Yeah.
So okay, so they built a tank for Jimmy Butler in his Chicago townhouse. If I were him, I'd still own that townhouse because that tank is fucking sick. So they meet him in the film room for the Chicago Bulls. It's a little tiny theater. Every film room ever is a little tiny theater, or I should say, for a university, or a huge theater if you're doing it for a football team. Whiteboard behind the projector.
Dylan, how would you feel about a clear glass board? Like, because that's kind of going the way to going like the trend. Because our student innovation center here, the windows are basically glass whiteboards.
All windows are glass whiteboards. What do you mean?
Well, there's like specialty whiteboards, glass whiteboards. I just wonder. Yeah, I don't know how it would work for you guys, and I don't know how big it would be.
So back in Buchanan, we had a guy who was a physics major. Obviously, physics is hard as shit once you get to college, right?
Yeah.
He what he would do was he bought these chalk markers, very bright colors.
Yeah.
And then at night, when we were in the lounge, he would write on the windows. Obviously, it's better at night than it is during the day. During the day, you need dark colors.
Yeah, because the sunlight's just and just the sky and everything's just too bright outside.
Right, because you know how like markers will typically like on either end of the
Yeah, and I think I know what markers you're talking about
it'll
too.
work, and then in the middle, it's not so dark. Yeah, that's so you need a dark color. Whiteboard walls in the office. That's sick.
Yeah, I like whiteboard walls. Like, I like walls that you could like are specifically designed to be both walls and places for you to write on. So that if you have any idea, or just if you're meeting with anybody or just anything, you have the ability to write something down or drop a diagram or anything like that. I'm an engineering person though, so that's why I like them. I like, for me, we work with a lot of diagrams and other things too, equations, long equations. So, you just in the coach's office, they let you do that. I mean, I imagine they probably should let you do that because they're supposed to be putting you in the NFL.
I mean, a lot of it just kind of depends on the coach, because like I could see coaches saying, "Would you say that you guys are tight ends?"
Please stop. I know where that was going. Good night,
All right,
everybody.
folks, we'll see you next week.
Yep. Yeah, we hope to see you next week. If you haven't already just committed mass seppuku after that. So
That was bad, but
that was like, that was
I
like
could see coaches
me
saying
tier.
no.
That was a me tier joke.
I could see coaches saying no to that, like genuinely, because that's not their responsibility. Their responsibility is the players on the team. It it kind of depends on like your relationship with them. Like, yeah, Dylan said that he's tight with his position coach, so it's like, just that makes sense.
Are there
But it also
offices
makes
in
sense.
Berg?
They were like,
Are there offices, the coaches' offices? Are they in Berg? I have no idea where they are. I know Dan McCarney. Okay, this was in Berg. I remember Dan McCarney listening to an interview that he did with I forget who it was. Was it? It was either Wide Right or it was with Chris Matthews. I think I don't remember his name.
I think it was right. I think it was right.
He was talking about how they used to have their offices used to be in Bayer Hall. That's insane for me. First off, I've never been in Bayer. Secondly, I need to go into Bayer because I feel like going to a diving or swim meet would be insane. 3,
Bayer's sick. Bayer's super sick.
Yeah.
They've got an athletic training student there.
But and then 3, it's so hard for me to visualize just a coach's office and everything just being just anything, a football by the way, in Bayer Hall.
No,
yeah,
I could see it. Steve Prohm used to live underneath a building at Murray State.
Yeah, my old roommate had an interview in Bayer Hall. I know after the career fairs they do, some employers will hold interviews on campus at Bayer Hall and at Lead. Just various places where there's office space or anything like that. But
I will say, not getting to work with football is my biggest regret of being in the pre-athletic training program.
did you have a choice to?
No.
I was gonna say if you had a choice to, I mean, volleyball's not a bad choice. You know,
Oh, dude, I worked with volleyball.
I know,
that.
because I know you worked with volleyball, and I'm saying
I
to you,
should say for extended periods, because I was with football for 4 days total. Just after the Texas game, I was with football for about 4 days total.
the Texas was that the Bugle game, Jacob Park
Yeah, that
suspended
was the
game,
Bugle game. That was when
or
I
no,
made Jacob Park
Jacob,
pissed.
yeah, Jacob Park was actually
That was
on the
his
field.
last game.
That he actually did play the game. I forgot. Yeah, he
That was
was
his last
suspended
game that he
afterwards. Yeah.
started. Yeah, that was the after that was when I made him hate me. I
Oh,
laughed at him.
oh yeah, because something you said, I forgot it. You said,
Yeah, because he was busy whining about the refs, and I laughed at him. Dude, the refs didn't know.
we
You
need to
can't throw
coordinate.
four. You
Someday
can't
we
throw
need.
4 interceptions, and
Also,
you can't throw 4 interceptions and expect to win.
no. And also, fun fact, Dylan. There is a guy named Jacob Park in my Calc 3 class, though I strongly don't believe that that's the Jacob Park that we're thinking about.
Considering that he transferred schools, I
Yeah.
don't think it is.
I don't think he ever returned, and no offense to Jacob, I just can't see him being in that high of a Calc 3 or a calculus class.
Well, it depends. If he's sober, no.
His motivation just didn't seem like it was there to, be at an advanced.
Brock Purdy did once. What was it, 4 or was it 3?
That was 4. That was a 4 interception game against Baylor.
I thought that it was only 3.
That was 4. I think he had 3 in the first half and then 1 in the second half.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Sure it was 4. Anybody else remember the 2009 Iowa State-Nebraska game?
Nope, because I didn't pay attention to Iowa State at that time. I didn't even know. I kind of forgot about Iowa State.
Yeah, that was the year that Sue almost won the Heisman.
The bad thing about me is that where I'm from, I grew up only an hour away from Iowa City, and so everybody where I was at, if their college team was the Iowa Hawkeyes, and I'm from Illinois side, and there were more Iowa Hawkeye fans than there were Illini fans, and that was when I was growing up. Illini basketball was insane. Like they were I think they made the Final Four sometime during my childhood, at least once. But they were
Remember when Lovie Smith? Remember when head coach of Illini football, Lovie Smith, fired defensive coordinator of Illini football, Lovie Smith?
I don't remember this.
That was very funny.
All I know is that I like Lovie Smith. I like Lovie. I've met him personally, and still, I don't think I just can't see him as being a bad coach.
He's an awful coach, one of the worst, genuinely one of the worst.
Really?
That have played, or I should say, that have coached at a high level.
I don't know. I like him. I grew up. I grew up in Illinois, so a lot of people were Chicago Bears fans. They liked Lovie. I like Lovie.
Which is fair. I'm a Chicago Bears fan for the sole reason of David Montgomery. Him and I are chill, and it works. Right?
It's so tough for me whenever the Packers face the Bears. I'm like, there's so much conflict. There's so much conflict inside of me because I'm like, yeah, no, don't score, but please do, but please don't. Just.
David Montgomery is one of my favorite Cyclones to ever come out of Iowa State because the guy is incredibly positive. He's incredibly humble. The fact that he tweeted out, I've loved my time in Chicago, whatever the hell he said. I'm like, he doesn't know what the hell's gonna come, and everybody's freaking out. SB Nation, Bleacher Report, Stadium, everybody's like, David Montgomery got traded and we didn't know.
I remember this. I remember seeing. I don't follow him on Twitter, but I remember seeing it.
He's so incredibly innocent, and I love David.
I still like how his pinned tweet is still, at least the last time I saw his pinned tweet was his statement when he left Iowa State. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I don't see him changing it until the day he leaves Chicago.
That's pretty cool. Like, because it's really cool and means a lot to me as but I'm just a casual fan that attends the same university. Like, what weight do I have? But still, it's pretty cool to me to see these athletes that are in the NFL still represent where they came from. Like, Alan Lazard will still wear what's the face covering that goes on the neck? It starts with a G. I always forget the name. Yeah, what? Gator. Yeah, so he'll wear an Iowa State Gator. He'll also wear the black Iowa State gloves. So that's super cool for me. And I know David Montgomery still talks highly about Iowa State. So to me, it's just those two are class acts in my opinion.
I still think it's super cool that the recruiting. It's fine. Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know he gets fined.
They fine him a lot for those because it's not team apparel. It doesn't match his uniform. It's kind of like the story behind the Jordan 1s getting banned.
Sucks though. Like, I feel like
they weren't banned. Nike paid the fucking fines.
Come on, Green Bay. Let your players represent.
No, it's the league.
It's the league.
It's the league. No, Green Bay doesn't give a shit. If he's gonna score touchdowns, they're gonna pay him. Doesn't matter. No, it's the league that does that. It's just like the NBA back when they had the rule where you had to wear
$9,000. Wow.
Well, that's it.
Why though?
Oh wait, no, he plays for the Texans. Never mind.
$9,000
makes less than that a game.
$9,000 is like, but here's the thing. Nike is like, oh, New Era. Okay, that's why.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
And so I've got a friend that works for New Era in their brand relations department. So like he works with the NFL, the MLB, the NBA, all them. And he was like, yeah, we don't care what they wear. Like, we actually don't give a shit what they wear. The issue is with the leagues because the leagues don't want to lose us as the number one headwear manufacturer in the world. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, that makes sense. I wouldn't want to lose you either. Because like when New Era said to the MLB, we want to put our logo on hats, the MLB said, I don't know about that. And they were like, we don't have to make hats. And the MLB was like, no. You can put your logo on everything.
I love New Era hats. They're some of the greatest hats I've ever worn.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so glad that when Nike took over.
Oh yeah, the NFL writes it off on taxes now, though. I know that for a fact. It is super fucked.
The NFL is just kind of fucked. I heard Tuesday, or no, I think it was yesterday. Uche Nwaneri, I think his name is. He was a former lineman for, I believe, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he was telling some pretty terrible things about some of his teammates, former teammates. Like, the NFL does not care about you, the players. The players are, people could say all this shit about players, but like, really, you have to think about these players are still like, think of them as actual just employees. They have lives too. They have livelihoods. They're trying to make a living. They have families to take care of. They need health insurance, stuff like that. But it's not guaranteed. Uche was saying that although he was approved for like health insurance after retirement or anything, he's known some players that have been denied twice. And
healthier players than him, by the way.
Yeah, and once you get denied, you have to wait 60 or 90 days to apply again.
So I was talking with Prince Mukamara about a month ago, right? And I was talking with him about the Aaron Hernandez documentary because I love that documentary.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah.
I need to watch it. I need to find time
I've
to watch it.
I've literally only watched documentaries and Disenchanted on Netflix.
I'm just kind of the same way. I watch a lot of documentaries on Netflix when I have a chance to watch Netflix.
But so I was talking with him and I was like, dude, isn't it kind of wild that like Aaron Hernandez has had some of the worst chronic traumatic encephalopathy that they've literally ever seen? And he was like, oh, I can guarantee you it's not the worst though. And I was like, no, probably not. He was like, he said that he talked to some of the players that were around back when the events of the movie Concussion happened. Happened.
Yeah, like 05, 04, I think was
whenever that was. And he was like, back when that happened to now, the NFL has made as few changes as it could because it does not care about the players. Period.
I believe that. And you see it too. You still see it. It's not hard to see it. I just still think it's really interesting to hear from actual former players, like their actual personal accounts. Like talking with rational former NFL players, there's some really bright people out there, really interesting conversations to have, and one of these days,
there are some incredibly bright players.
yeah.
I mean, if you look at like, even if I know that I'm the only fan here of him, but if you look at like Ndamukong Suh, like incredibly smart player, guy has his degree in fucking engineering.
He has an engineering degree? Didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, that's why he went to Nebraska, was because it has a decent engineering program. It's not as good as Iowa State's, obviously.
I've never
But
heard
like,
Nebraska being good for engineering. I didn't know that. I thought they were good for agriculture and animal science.
you wouldn't, yeah, no, actually, Iowa State's better for agriculture and animal science.
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
you wouldn't know that Nebraska is good for engineering unless you talk to Nebraska.
Yeah.
And like, again, it's not close to Iowa State, but it's not a bad school for engineering. Smart man, really dumb player, incredibly smart man. Like, taught like I've gotten the opportunity to speak with him probably twice in my life. Likely never will again because he's way too big for me. He was the highest paid defensive player in the league at one point.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was the 1 or 2 years he was with Miami.
Well, let's add in Super Bowl champion too, by the way.
Oh yeah, Ndamukong Suh, Super Bowl champion.
Super Bowl
There were
champion
three.
Ndamukong Suh.
There were 3 Nebraska Cornhuskers that won the Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, by the way. One of them being Levante David, one of my favorite linebackers of all time. Period. Levante David's like that silent leader that you never really hear about in the media, but then like suddenly you hear people talking about how good he was, for the team. Love David. Love David. Him, uh, Rex Burkhead, uh, those 2 are probably my favorite, like, quiet Huskers in the league.
What about your? Didn't you graduate with somebody who plays for Nebraska? What about that guy?
Oh no, he graduated a year behind me. By the way, guys, he's busy. He's busy working out with another former D1 athlete here in good old Beat Rice, Nebraska. So Dylan, if you ever want to come to Beatrice and come flex on a current D1 end turned center, I I got the hookup.
Just don't clap, otherwise Scott.
Show him what a real tight end looks like.
Whatever you do, don't clap because Scott Frost will find you. He will find you and he will complain. He won't do anything. He'll just complain.
Nebraska seems like a terrible place to. Nebraska's not the best place to spend.
Which is better? Where's a better place to hang out? Lincoln, Nebraska, or Manhattan, Kansas?
Beatrice, Nebraska is better than both of them.
So none of them.
Do you know why? Because you can get meth and have a good ass time.
I don't want meth though. I'm not a.
I don't know, man. Dylan seems like he's trying to lose weight. He might want meth.
I'm no like Jesse. We need to cook. I'm not one of those.
My dad knows how to make meth, but for good reasons. Good reasons.
Because he's a police officer. That's why. I remember my local news station about 10 years back accidentally showed people how to make meth. And they showed the shake and bake method.
Oh, does someone get it? I've never seen Sunny, but that reference is so funny to me.
Right. So yeah, I agree with you, Dylan. I've only driven through. Actually, no. I've been to one redeeming quality of Nebraska is in what's the city name? Wherever the Nebraska Crossing.
You better be fucking careful.
Nebraska Crossing Outlet Mall, wherever that is.
Oh, Gretna.
Gretna, there it is. Gretna, that has an Oakley store, so I'll give that a pass.
It's true. They have an Oakley store. They have a Nike store. They have an Adidas store. They have an Under Armour store. They also have a cupcake shop that never opened, that turned into a sandwich shop that never opened, that turned into a smoothie shop that never opened.
That's sad.
Well, rent prices, man.
Oh boy, Dylan, I don't want context, but I feel bad for you.
I want context.
I don't see. Here's the thing. That's personal.
You don't feel comfortable saying it here.
those are
DM me because that sounds like an interesting
Those are
story.
personal. He could talk about it personally if he wants to. Whenever we get him on the show, whenever he wants to.
I didn't know that somebody sued you.
If you ever,
Also, an ex that lives in Gretna, because that's funny because my school district's superintendent lives in Gretna.
How close is Gretna to Beatrice?
There is currently a player for Iowa State that's from Gretna. Wait, no, is he still there?
Just real quick, how close is Gretna to Beatrice? Because I don't remember where Gretna is.
Like an hour 45 at most.
Okay.
At most.
Morgan Bartman, is that the name?
Huh?
Is it Morgan Bartman? Is that the name?
Morgan Bartman, it might be.
Because Dylan just put in here chat that he left.
No, it might be. It might
Morgan
be.
Bartman.
I can't remember his name. I remember taping his ankles when he came to Beatrice for basketball.
100%
It would have been
Dylan
my
says
freshman year.
Dylan is 100% confident that it's Morgan. Saying, I literally played with him.
I mean, yeah. No, I believe... I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I'm trying to remember if this is the kid that I'm thinking of. Because there's more. I'm pretty sure there's more than
so
one.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. He's describing Morgan as this. Quote, he looks like 10 pounds of sausage in a 5-pound tube.
Shit, yeah.
So it is.
That's definitely him.
I'll add that. I'll add another bra to that too, AJ. I add a bra to that.
That's definitely him.
But no.
What'd
you find there? It seemed like you found something interesting there.
Latrell Bankston was a junior in 19. Interesting. Why did he transfer with a year left?
Why does that name sound familiar?
Latrell Bankston? Well, because he was so what was it? Latrell Bankston. I'm pretty sure that he played nose, but was supposed to be a D tackle, but wasn't satisfied with being a role player. On top of the fact that he was rather toxic in the locker room, from what I've heard.
Iowa State player, right? That's Iowa State player, right? That's
yeah. And he transferred this year. He entered the transfer portal just before just after the Big 12 championship. He had a good game in the Big 12 championship. Kept us in it multiple times. But then before the Fiesta Bowl, he entered the transfer portal.
Please.
And now he's playing for Houston. Bitch of a player for a bitch of a coach.
Real quickly, I know Dylan's here. When you said Big 12 championship, I just need to say that the NCAA really, really needs to change the targeting rule. They need to rewrite the rule because...
Well, because of Aishim Young?
Not just because of Aishim Young. I see it all over. I've seen a lot of college games. There's so many things that need to be changed about it. I want to talk about it during a different episode, not so much tonight because I could go on real in depth about that. But at the same time, Aishim Young also, I've noticed the way he tackles, he does like to put his head down, and that's a problem in my opinion. Also, the way I was taught to tackle, you learn this growing up and playing football, is you keep your head up no matter what. I had my high school. We had a player. I wasn't at the high school at the time, but my brother was on the same team as this guy. He was paralyzed from the neck down because he tackled incorrectly. He had put his head down. There was helmet to helmet contact. He did end up passing away, but he didn't pass away immediately. It was just. I remember I wasn't there for the game, but I remember my father saying, like, it was one of the scariest things he's ever seen because he'd never really seen anybody like just really just plop on the ground, not move at all after a hit or anything like that. And after that incident, that's when our school district and just the city and around and everything, it really emphasized keeping your head up when tackling because we needed to make sure that something like that never happened again. That's just my 2 cents on it.
So I disagree with you for the fact of, I believe that players should put their head down. Why should they put their head down? For the same reason that you should put your head down when running the bases in baseball. You're not looking to look at whatever's happening. You're looking to get down, right? And you can. So something in biomechanics is the fact that when you're when you're focused on something, you're generally not going to be able to generate as much force, right? But when you put your head down, right, you're not looking to lead with the head. You're looking to put your head down and lead with the shoulder still. Okay. I always got screamed at because I was a defensive back when I played football, right? So I'd be tackling tight ends usually because who the fuck passes to receivers, right? But I would put my head down to these guys that were 6 inches taller than me. I would hit them with my shoulder and like the side of my helmet onto their stomach and just lay them out, right? And that's how it goes. The issue becomes when
Corver's trying to start a fight with you here.
the D-backs are D-backs. I'm not gonna
Never mind.
I'm not. No, you're right. Yeah,
He concedes.
dude. I mean, come on. D-backs are the same guys that when Nate Stanley overthrows his receiver by 30 yards up in the air, you know they're gonna be the ones that are like.
By the way, Nate Stanley looks like a pedophile. There, I said it.
Who?
Nate Stanley. He looks like a pedophile.
Yeah, it looks like fucking like he's gonna find my kids.
Coach will say because all corners are devout cowards.
So okay, not all corners, but in the Big 12, yeah, usually. Yeah, no, dude, like when the quarterback overthrows, they're just like no shit, the referee just did that, dude. Like, thanks. Didn't realize the pass was incomplete. Like, I get it if they have a big ass hit, right? Or they knock the ball away or, actually cause the receiver to miss it. And I get that they're just trying to hype the crowd up. Like, goddamn, dude, you weigh as much as your shoes. You're busy freaking celebrating nothing. Oh, at Urbandale? Damn it. I've heard Urbandale players just can kind of be head cases. Wait, you didn't play two ways?
I wonder if Lazard is. I remember I worked with somebody who went to school with Alan Lazard, and she had like a big crush on him. But then again,
I have a crush on Lazard. You don't?
I do, especially
you own the Packers.
Yeah,
you should have a big ass crush on him.
I want that man on this team forever and for his entire career. I do.
Oh, okay. So you did play both ways.
But also, this girl is your typical, hey, you're an athlete. What can you do? What can you do for me? Kind of thing.
One of those.
Yeah, she's one of those.
So she's a sorority girl in theory. Got it.
No, in theory, yes, and I thought she was actually in a sorority, but no, she's not in a sorority, but she just gets all the benefits of us being in a sorority because she has all of her friends are in sororities. That's how you get.
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
save the money, but get the benefits.
Yeah.
Sorority girls aren't football girls. No, they just think they are.
No, they're not football girls. They
just think they are.
Yeah. It's disappointing, but
Chad over a football player every time.
What do you got to do?
Aren't football players Chads?
I thought football players
no, football players can't drink enough because they have too low of a body fat content.
So wait a minute.
That joke's so funny to me.
Wait a minute, you? What about you? What are your body fat content?
Me? Fuck off.
See?
Actually, my body fat content's probably the highest it's ever been, and I don't hear the end of it from my parents. And it's annoying. Okay, so I wore the same pair of khakis from before Jason met me.
Hold on. What are you wearing? What are you wearing, Finn from Underqualified Podcast?
Oh, I got this. Check it.
Oh, you're not wearing khakis. Oh, that's disappointing. Oh God, don't do that. I don't want to see that. Especially since I have you on 2 monitors here. I don't want double the dose of that. That was by far one of the worst parts of my entire day today.
Wait, hold. Wait.
He's a
Wait.
No, backup.
What?
Oh, we started court. Oh no, I can believe. I can definitely believe that. You know why?
Oh, I believe it.
You know why?
Oh, I believe it. Because Brock is the cleanest kid I've ever seen.
He's super religious too. So
Brock is the cleanest kid I've ever seen. But like, holy shit.
He used to live in my apartment, or I mean, I think he still does, but I used to live in the same apartment complex as him and David Montgomery and a bunch of other football players.
Fuck Jesus Christ. Brock Purdy is my Lord and Savior. My God. What the fuck? Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
How much can you actually like? How much info are you actually giving us? Because I'm still very intrigued for the 2018 Oklahoma State game. What exactly that conversation was like when you guys were.
He'll tell us when
you guys were told, like, yo, we're having a true freshman come in and be starting court. I'm so intrigued, but I actually have no idea how much you can actually share about that.
Wait, Dylan, can we wait to have you on the podcast until after you get drafted? Because that would be the biggest flex ever for us.
After draft day. He's totally going to skip the interviews with Ian Rappaport and just, I'm busy with a podcast I'm going to be on.
I'm busy with the podcast. It's super lit. Yeah, it'd be like around the court, but they had Tyrese on. I feel like that's what I want to do.
Yeah, flashes to him and he's on Twitch. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna use our Twitch clips and like clips of that stream and use it in their broadcast.
That'd be actually sick as fuck. Draft night, we're interviewing Dylan Sainer.
Yeah, we're gonna be interviewing him, and he's gonna get the call on the same as we're interviewing him. So that way, when he actually does get super big and like becomes a Pro Bowl and Hall of Famer, that a live podcast during the draft.
Yeah, let's podcast. Yeah, let's have a stream during the.
That actually does sound like it. When's the draft? April? Is it April? First week of April?
I think early April.
We will have to do that.
Oh yeah, dude. That sounds sick as fuck. Actually,
would Iowa State football let you do that though? Would they let you come on an independent podcast, or would they rather hey,
he's not on the team?
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's why he was on Around the Corn.
Forgot about that. You're correct. I still think that's the problem. I just still think that you're on the team. I forget about that.
I tried to get Kane to come on Around the Corn, and he never responded to my goddamn DM. I'm so sad. I'm not mad because I love Kenny Wang. I'm so sad because I love Kenny Wang.
How interesting is I'm gonna say it the fancy way. How interesting of a person, and what can he bring to the table as conversation wise? Connor Ass Alley, the fancy way.
Connor Ass Alley,
not butt crack. Ass Alley.
I don't give a shit how interesting he is. I want to have Ass Alley on the show.
He his game-winning field goal against Texas, though. That's.
Dude, Connor Ass Alley has won us multiple games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. He didn't have that great of a season last season, but like his 19 season was.
Ass Alley versus Dicker. More like Doinker. Am I right?
I remember that game. There was a guy behind me. He's a Texas fan. I don't even know if he was a student here, but he was with his girlfriend or something like that. And I remember Texas drove down the field because we had like a bunch of penalties or something like that, and they ended up taking the lead. And so he was like, "Oh man, what a choke fest! What a choke fest!" And then when Texas started doing the same thing, like they had a bunch of penalties and then they drove down the field, or Iowa State drove down the field, and then we kicked the game-winning field goal. I just shouted back like to my roommate who was at the game with me also next to him, like, "Oh man, Texas just blew it! What a choke fest! What a choke fest!" And like I like high-fived his girlfriend too behind him, and he just like walked down and just left the student section. He's just pissed. He just was done. He was done. I'm like, and his girlfriend just stayed, and she was like, yeah, and I think I accidentally knocked her over because I high-fived her way too hard. But it was just super. That's one of the funniest things I remember, just because there's this guy talking a bunch of shit, and then like, you guys lost because the same thing.
So you're stealing,
No, I'm not.
Mr. Steal Your Girl?
Maybe. I'm not gonna lie. I have unintentionally added myself into a pool of guys, and the three times that's happened, they ended up going Pikachu, I choose you. I think and actually two of them like left their old guy that they were talking to or whatever like that for me. Not something I'm super proud of because it just feels weird, but yeah, I'll guess I'll just leave that there. Otherwise, no, I'm not I'm not stealing your girlfriend. More like other guys are stealing my girlfriend. Just please refer to 2016.
Don't steal my girl, but you can steal Dylan's girl.
Please refer to. I don't know if I want.
Go ahead and try, man.
I don't know if I want COVID coochie sex though, because the way Dylan described it last week, it doesn't sound like it's actually really fun.
Oh, Dylan, by the way, yeah, that's definitely, Morgan was definitely a kid. Seeing this picture on I didn't realize he was only there in 2018.
Hey,
I can't find him on any other roster.
AJ has brought up a command for you, Finn.
Oh, yike. Ask Finn about COVID coochie. COVID coochie is like, no, you can eat butt anytime, circle alert, all right?
No,
especially if it's COVID coochie, because then it's nice and warm. It's already heated up for you, all right? It's not you're not eating cold pizza for breakfast. Nah, man. You are eating warm Indian cuisine. Some nice curry right there.
Dylan just said it's the safest thing.
What is the safest thing that you can put your face into during a COVID pandemic? Now, okay, Fauci did not say anything about eating rectum, all right? Yeah, okay, if your tongue can't get through a double mask, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Oh, man.
Dude, eating ass is where it is. I tell you what, that'll get you so many girls, so many dudes. Doesn't matter who they are. All right. My favorite thing to do was to tell girls I respect women, and instead of respect women,
hold on. Did somebody say respect whammon? I got my respect whammon juice right here.
Respect. So I would say that I respect women, but respect women was an acronym for I eat ass. You don't need to put two and two together. There is no two put together with two. It's just one and one. My tongue, their booty hole.
But I mean, if they aren't clean enough, then you will have one and two.
You know how often that worked? All the time. You know how often that led to anything? 0 times.
I don't want to know, man. I just think, that's just...
It makes sense if you just don't think about it. It makes sense if you just don't.
That's just with anything, though, in intercourse. It makes sense if you just don't think about it. With some things. Always, though. I did just say intercourse. I did. I said intercourse. It's big brain vocabulary here.
Dude, Dylan, my freshman year of high school in health class, when we got to the reproductive unit, my teacher goes up to a kid in my class. And he goes, "All right, I'm going to get this out of the way. That way we have a real quick and productive unit." Stares at the kid and goes, "Penis, penis, vagina, anus, butthole, penis, vagina, anus, penis, 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 vagina, anus, penis, vagina, anus." 7 minutes. We timed him. 7 minutes. He was just saying penis, vagina, anus, rectum. And I think he said urethra a few times.
I'll try to read this in a fancy British royalty voice.
I got this.
You got it? Okay.
Check it. Good afternoon, fair madam. I fancy participate in sexual intercourse with your nether regions.
That's we have found
Thanks, AJ. Appreciate you, but
Finn is going to produce the next royal baby now. And you know what? What? It will be white. So,
dude, accents are one of my favorite things. I love.
that way the queen can't get mad at you.
TTU fouled with 2 seconds left. Hot damn.
What is Texas Tech doing?
Texas Tech is a good program.
They are, but why?
Their coach knows karate.
Why are they fouling with 2 seconds left? What are they doing? Unless they're just.
It wasn't intentionally fouled. I know that. Depth.
Oh no!
Step biking. I'm stuck in a swamp dungeon. Oh no. That's so good. Holy shit, that's so good.
There was something that I wanted to talk about, but I just forgot. I should have wrote it down earlier today on the many post-it notes that I have sitting on my desk just for notes or for anything that I want to talk about, but I just didn't do that.
Dylan, have you ever heard of Trevor Wallace or Churdleys? No. You should check out so like Trevor Wallace, Churdleys, Ryan the Leader, and Sir Spence are all are like 4 like short form comedy content YouTube channels that collaborate with each other a lot. And they're hilarious together, right? But Ryan the Leader has a video called like what it's like to be a stepbrother in 2019. And it is hilarious because it's just step bro, I'm gonna make a sandwich. You want one? Why the fuck are you opening? Why are you using the oven? The oven's not. Why is there bread in there? How did you get stuck?
Wait, did Texas just take?
Okay, I will say this about Texas basketball. Texas basketball is good. Shaka Smart is probably a top 10 coach in the country.
I didn't know there was a Prom Burger.
You didn't?
No.
It sucks. It's not good. But like you get it because it's the Prom Burger.
Too bad I wasn't here when Hoiberg was still here.
The Hoiberger?
I wonder what that was like.
Texas Tech is only this one.
Probably would have gotten me to the.
Look, I've seen teams make a play with less than 1.8 seconds against a Hoiberg, no less. 2 Hoibergs, no less.
If I'm just kind of wondering though, like, just the Hoiberger, that would probably get me to like the Sweet 16, Elite 8. But I feel like if I had the Prom Burger, I'd probably just end up having to go to the toilet. Oh no, I don't go to Applebee's much often though.
That joke landed so flat.
It wasn't supposed to be a joke. That's why I delivered it that way.
Nah, it still landed flat.
I don't.
What, you like those dollar margs, Bill? Inbound picked off by Texas. Dude, okay, fuck off, Andrew. God damn. Dude, like, Shaka Smart in Texas are a good program. Shaka Smart in Texas are a good program, okay? The best thing to develop out of the state of Texas might be his hairline, but still, okay, it's a good program. I actually really like Shaka Smart. When I was talking with McDermott and I was talking about the Big 12, he could not stop raving about Shaka Smart. Shaka Smart is probably his favorite coach out of the entire Big 12 conference, and that includes Huggy Bear. Huggy Bear is Greg McDermott, the racist one. Yeah, that one.
It's sad that we have to say that, the racist one. Man.
McDermott, was he raving about
now
the
that's what I
No,
call
he was
oof.
just talking about the farm that day. Just the farm.
This is getting dark.
He must have. What'd you find out today, Dylan?
Yeah, Zoom call with us. Finn PP hard now. Finn can't stand up because PP too hard. No, Dylan, just stop there. Just blue ball him. Just blue ball him.
I've never been more soft. I've never been more soft in my life.
He is now a woman. His external organs have become the internal organs.
Look, man, I will be right back because that made me suddenly have to pee so bad. I can't explain it. I can't explain it.
In the meantime, I would like to just welcome in. We didn't give you a shout out here, but Circle Herc, if you're still here, well, we welcome you and thank you. Ah, no, he's gone. Damn, I missed him. Abbott Costello, I noticed that you were here. You're chilling. Welcome in. Commander Root, you're always here. Dylan, you are here. Lemon Juices 12 or Lemon Juices 1-2. I don't know how you want me to pronounce that, but welcome in also. And Pika Powerful, you've been here the entire time. We welcome in. And glad you're here and still around, even though you have to deal with our reason. Oh, hey, Circle Herc is still here. Okay, my viewer list is showing you not here anymore. So, but hello, I saw your cover of Reading Rainbow, and I was thoroughly entertained. Almost thoroughly entertained. I actually want to know real quickly because we'll have to get you on again, and we could talk about this more. Do you actually know how to play guitar? And like, do you actually make your own music? I'm kind of wondering because I don't know who. Music is an interest of me and kind of my field of study for electrical engineering. Kind of want to go into the music field for that, but yeah. So it's pretty cool. At least something that we can connect on is music, because that's something that I really. You see back there, those are all my instruments. Even though I'm not the best musician anymore, but still pretty cool to have you here. Well, thank you for joining in, even though it's getting here in the late hours of our stream. We'll find out. We'll have to ask Finn once he comes back if he washed his hand. If he didn't, then shame on him. Just, I guess, don't make sure you stay away from that thing. AJ, learn how to play real guitar because see, that's what I was saying. Like, Guitar Hero is. I'm not gonna lie. I think Guitar Hero. Oh boy, did you wash your hands?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm at my house though. Why? What
always
does
wash
it
your hands. Always stay clean. Stay clean. Is that your one eating the number 2?
Maybe.
Ew. Not even gonna ask.
Lies.
I'm not even gonna ask Sheedap.
Lies. Okay, look, man. Look, Dylan. Who are you to say what's true and what's not? Okay. I threw my hands under hot water. We don't have soap in the bathroom back here, so
hand sanitizer, dude. You gotta carry some with you. Clone Hero. I don't have Clone Hero. Otherwise, I
don't play music games.
I played Rock Band when I was at my parents' house over Christmas break for like the first time in a few years. I'm like, man, this game is actually really good. Rock Band 2 is so good. I just wish I had people to play with, because I'm kind of lonely and my sister doesn't want to play anymore.
So I have some wild stuff that Dylan.
Finn, I think you're in trouble. I think you are in trouble here.
You skied up.
Gross. Oh man.
I mean, soft.
I still think it's hilarious how Dylan didn't hop into her DMs.
God. So here's something funny that I heard through the grapevine way back going into going into the summer of 2018.
No, I did not have sexual relationship with that woman.
Fair enough. So going into the summer of 2018, Iowa State still hadn't signed with a presenting sponsor.
He's from Arkansas. He's from Arkansas.
But so Iowa State still hadn't signed with a uniform sponsor or an equipment sponsor. But they were being courted pretty heavily by Adidas. And the reason that they were being courted pretty heavily by Adidas was because apparently Iowa State had expressed disdain with Nike and what they were offering the university.
Of course, did you see the bags that they came away with after 2017?
Okay, first of all, every university has those same bags.
Yeah, after 2017 though, like 2017 was the last good one. Like those bags
Yeah,
are amazing.
I understand how the backpacks go. I have one, dude.
I know. I'm just saying, like you have that, and I'm jealous of you.
By the way, hey Dylan, if you have extra old Nike Vapor backpacks that you want to get rid of, I'll pay you for shipping.
What a shill! Yeah? What a simp! What a leech!
I'll pay for shipping.
Leech!
Hell yeah, dude!
Fucking leech!
The ones that actually look good, the all red ones, those ones fuck. I use one of those as my main backpack every day.
I'm still so jealous that you got that backpack.
Yeah,
it only sucks because you know what? If
the red ones, dude, the red ones fucked. I'll literally take any of them though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'll take any of them. I'll pay for shipping for any of them. Do not care. Black
is our main school color now. Yes, red is gone.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. It was just super sick to get an athlete backpack. It was super fun. It was super nice.
I remember sitting in Perfect Games and watching you get that backpack. I'm like, damn.
And I got the volleyball. Yeah. And I'm still pissed that Piper didn't sign the volleyball.
You're still pissed about that. My God.
I wanted everybody's signature. Okay. Hey,
I'm just happy I got hometown Josie Herbst on there, and also Alexis Conaway.
Dude, I got a Genesis Miranda, one of those itty bitty ones though.
Yeah,
that was sick as fuck.
They rarely threw those in the student section, so like it's really.
She tossed it towards the student section. I literally screamed, "It's mine! I want it!" And like 2 dudes were like fighting me for it, just like playing around, and I was pissed.
Hey, the only Jin Ryu's in here. He's in here.
Yo, Jin, what's
Corver,
up, dude?
though,
how you doing?
Corver, I want to know.
Dude, no, you can start a debate with me pretty easy. It doesn't take much. Literally, all you got to do is be like, 2018 Iowa State was better than 2018 Nebraska, and I'll start a fucking fight with you.
Oh, that's a spicy take. That is a spicy take, especially with Finn.
Yeah, I loved getting autographs from the volleyball team. I love volleyball, Dylan. All right, I love volleyball. I love volleyball for a lot of reasons.
I like the way that you said intercourse based off of what I said.
The fucking quotations.
I know in intercourse.
Okay, wait. AJ, what do you mean Blops 2 is better?
I'm still kind of stuck on Dylan here. I want to know. I'm kind of curious as to which volleyball players did the fuck with some of the football players. I'm kind of
definitely not Piper, considering the fact that she's gay.
Oh, of course, yeah, I know that.
Okay, so AJ, look, dude. The MW2 campaign is second only to the COD 4 campaign.
I agree.
Because the COD 4 campaign is paced super similarly to a movie. There are down moments, there are up moments, but it all makes sense. MW2 is like taking cocaine, meth, and also MDMA at the exact same time. You are riding nothing but a wave the entire time. And it's like 60 waves constantly. You're just going until the end of the game, and you're like, fuck.
Oh, how dare you say that? COD 4 is the best.
No. I get it. I do get that. I understand that sentiment. I genuinely do.
You know, the fact that you said down moments, I have something at the end of the show that I'd like to for my final thoughts that I have here sitting next to me. I had to get this. This is why I had to leave at the before we went live I needed to get something because I wanted to talk about this at the end of the show for my final thoughts. But
I will say that COD 4's down moments don't make for engaging gameplay. But as somebody who judges COD games based off of the campaign, considering the fact that, like Dylan said, every COD game is copy paste. Yeah, like that campaign just stands out to me more than even MW2.
I still also like the Modern Warfare 2019 campaign. That one's a really good campaign too.
It's a good campaign.
It's a very good
one of the
campaign.
worst games ever made, but it's a good campaign.
It's a good campaign.
Granted, it's not as bad of a game as Cold War.
See, I haven't even bothered to purchase Cold War.
I
hated the beta because I'm not gonna lie, it physically hurt me to play the beta. When I was playing in my living room, with my 5.1 surround sound speakers, I felt like I was listening to a meme and just getting absolutely, I can't say that, I don't know if I can say this word on Twitch, but I think you know what I mean, ear crushing sound. The other word that I want to say has the R word in it that I don't think I'd be able to say on Twitch because I might get me banned. But no, not the gamer word.
No, not the gamer word. Close to the gamer word. None of you follow Pro Valorant. The Valorant gamer word.
Is that really? That's the Valorant gamer word?
It's the Myers. No, not the Myers Leonard word.
By the way, Dylan, yes, I know cross-sport COVID coochie happens because Josie Herbst is actually engaged to a wrestler, so I know about that.
Man, you must be so sad.
No, not at all. She doesn't seem. She honestly doesn't seem like for me, great person to have a relationship with.
Interesting. Okay. Sure. Yeah. So for those of you that don't follow professional Tier 1 Valorant, a player for the Sentinels, Sinatra Jay Wong, was recently accused of an ex-girlfriend of sexual abuse.
Can we please, men? We have an episode on this about why men are pieces of shits.
No means no.
Can we please?
Simple as that. If they say stop.
Hold on, I need to restart my spiel here because my stream encoding.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of either R word personally. As somebody who works in special education.
Oh yeah, they're terrible. They're terrible. Like I cringe every time I hear one. There's a YouTuber that I watch. He does some Need for Speed content. I recently got into. Granted, he lives in Europe, so standards are a little bit different there. But still, like God, when he says the R word, the special ed R word, like that one hurts. That one hurts to hear. But
okay, look, tickling is completely different. Tickling, I will tickle you until. Simple as that. Okay.
I want to restart my spiel because my stream kind of took a dump there because the stream encoding was getting overloaded here. But really, how hard is it, guys? Come on, like how hard is it for you to understand and also continuously check in with whoever you're being with? Also, one, why are we still not understanding that an intoxicated person or somebody that's asleep cannot legally consent? It's ridiculous. And also, that kind of brings me to Brock Turner. Brock Turner is an absolute piece of shit, and he got off way too easily. I'm still pissed off about that. Like, can we please just, God, it's that. I mean, that's all I have to say for right now. But I could go on for a while.
Oh, this is a very touchy topic, Dylan. 100%.
Yeah,
like holy shit, somebody that is a public. Oh yeah, something like Brock Turner, super obvious. Like something like Brock Turner, super obvious. But then there are others that aren't at all. But like the fact that somebody that was a public figure, somebody that people like kids genuinely look up to, right? Do stuff like that. And yeah, I get it that like not every situation is true. And that is something that is incredibly important as well. Being a dude, I understand that because dudes are almost always the ones. He couldn't have joined. Pike wasn't allowed to let anybody join from like 2016 on. Like look at I can't think of a specific situation, but there are multiple instances where, people have had their entire lives ruined because somebody decided that they just didn't like them and they were going to lie. Uh,
Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane, almost.
I don't know who that is.
Chicago Blackhawks winger, I believe, or forward.
Hockey player, right?
Hockey player. Yeah, he was falsely accused of rape by a woman in New York, and it got him taken off of the cover of NHL 16, and a bunch of other. It had a lot of other implications. Luckily, it didn't ruin his life because it was a doctored story, but still, like the lead up to it, before everything was found to be fake, it's pretty damaging. It's not as damaging as it would have been now because this was before Me Too started. But just imagine, like, it sucks.
I guess the big difference between this and something like what Dylan just typed in chat for those of you watching on YouTube would be that this girl Chloe has evidence. More than that, she has audio and video recordings.
This is the what's his name again? Svedka? Sinatra.
Svedka. Yeah, no, it's Sinatra's ex-girlfriend. And what really pisses me off is the fact that Dapper, who is his teammate on Sentinels, or I should say former teammate, considering that he's been suspended from the team indefinitely and likely will not rejoin the team, seeing the evidence against him. Dapper's girlfriend is supporting Sinatra. Why? Because she's best friends with his current girlfriend, and she's dating one of Sinatra's best friends. Like, the issue lies in when somebody comes out with a genuine claim and has evidence. When you support the person that is being accused, saying, stay strong, this will all end up fine. I hope it does end up fine, but I hope it ends up fine in the sense that, they're brought to justice, that they end up getting their comeuppance. Not, this will end up fine for you. Sucks is when you're a victim and there's no proof. Yeah, there's not always going to be proof. And I'm not one that is all like, oh, let's believe every victim just without question. But a lot of it comes down to, it comes down to character. It comes down to, character of both people, genuinely. It also comes down to what does this person have to gain from this? People who fake sexual assault cases are nearly as bad as the sexual assaulters. For that, they shed so much doubt on future sexual assault cases by making people be afraid it's a fake case. Who actually do it might get away with it easier. Being said, I'll usually first believe the victim.
Yeah, I'll definitely believe the victim first.
Always look at it like this, right? Somebody is innocent until proven guilty. However, the burden of proof lies on a different person, depending on how it goes, right? The burden of proof typically lies on the victim. And in the case of Chloe, Sinatra's ex-girlfriend, she provided proof. Pretty damning proof, genuinely. But then, in the case of, what's his name? The Supreme Court justice that I don't like.
I don't even know who's on the court now.
Brett Kavanaugh.
He's a justice. I didn't know that.
Yeah. In the case of Brett Kavanaugh, right? Yeah, Kavanaugh. Yeah, Kavanaugh. There was no proof. There was no, or I should say, there's no hard proof. Was there proof by multiple witnesses? Yeah, there was. Do I like Kavanaugh? No, I hate Kavanaugh. I think that he's a piece of shit human being. I think that he's just a dickbag. Piece of shit human being's pretty strong. I think he's a dickbag. I think he's a big old bag of fat, juicy, throbbing wieners. That's what I think of him. I feel like that gives a good enough description of him. But it's wild. And yeah, like Andrew said in chat, I've seen faked cases. Um,
Ah,
Dylan, if your friend wants a big old bag of hard, throbbing,
let's go to Ram Ranch.
juicy, juicy meat tubes, uh, tell them to hit me up. Hop in my DMs at Skeetap on Twitter.
No. I think Austin J. Roberts would be good for helping out with that too.
No, he's only one hot, juicy, throbbing meat bag.
Only one.
He's only one.
He doesn't have experience with the Wienermobile though.
He's an aspiring Wienermobile driver.
Okay.
However, he's given that up currently for a tennis endeavor. You know what I mean?
I can teach him tennis.
Better
I
bet.
used to play tennis.
Short, chody types. Ooh. Yeah, you don't really want any Jasons, do you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was actually just supposed to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There was a mix up in processing. I think you got the wrong. I think my supplier shipped them out to you. Size of the boat. Size of the boat. I want to go back to the sensitive topic that we were talking about. You know, I will never like dismiss somebody's claims, or anything. I'm not gonna, say that, oh, you're just lying, you're just making it up. I'm never gonna do that. One of the hardest things I ever had to do. So I basically memorized the Title IX quote that I was supposed to give to any employees that faced any sort of sexual harassment, misconduct, or discrimination, inequality. And I always used to say, because I would do some jokey stuff, but I wouldn't do some like over the line jokey stuff. But I would be like, if you feel like you've been sexually harassed, the quote I used to say was, if you feel like you've been sexually harassed, I can refer you to our Title IX coordinator, Margot Foreman. I don't know if she's still the Title IX coordinator we have on campus, but Margot Foreman, I can refer you to our Title IX coordinator, and she can help you out and point you in the right direction, refer you to anybody, but she cannot legally I can't think of the word. Legally release your information to the police and without your consent. And all those words. I basically had a specific quote that I was supposed to say. I memorized it because I took my sexual assault training seriously and my Title IX training seriously. I took that very seriously when I was employed with the university. The hardest thing for me was actually having to legitimately use that statement. When I had an employee come up to me and they just seemed off. And then I'm glad they had the courage to pull me aside and say, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And so they said, "So yeah, I was, whatever." Props to her, because that's got to be really hard to admit, really hard to say. I'm also glad, and it means a lot to me for one of my employees to come and feel trusted by me to actually open up and say these things and tell me about something that had happened. It definitely was not an easy conversation to have. It's one of those like quotes or things, skills that you never really think that you will actually have to use seriously. And when I had to that day, that was tough. It was tough on me because not because I had to say it, but because you experienced that, one of your employees experienced something like that. And when I was at my old job, I treated everybody like a family. I was the manager. I was supposed to be treating everybody like, you're one of us. I'm going to treat you guys all equally, and I'm going to care about you guys. That was, luckily it wasn't anybody, like it wasn't another coworker sexually assaulted her. It was somebody not even affiliated with the university, or somebody in a different city, but still, like, that's hard. It's hard, and I don't envy social workers or therapists or anything that have to listen to those stories, because they are ugly stories. They are hard stories to listen to. It definitely took me out of my groove, and that I of work that I had that day, and I was quite shaken, even though I wasn't the one that experienced any sort of misconduct or assault. Um, it it's ugly. It's just an ugly situation. And God, this is one of those reasons. It's not the sole reason. There's many other better reasons for men, and women can do it too. Women can sexually assault men. We need to make sure this stops happening, because it's some serious stuff. It's life changing for some people. Some people just never recover from the misconduct and the maltreatment that they've experienced, and the assault or anything, whatever word you want to put on that. We need to get better. It's just, we can't be doing that. There's no excuse for it. There's never, oh, she looked like she wanted it, or her outfit said she wanted it, or she was acting this way, or she was drunk and she said she wanted this, or whatever, or it's okay, he's a guy, he always wants this, or anything like that. It's difficult, and it's something that I take very seriously. It's something I always took seriously when I was employed with the university. You learn a lot of these things, especially when you are involved in a personal relationship, or just even a close friendship, or just anybody. If you've known somebody that has experienced sexual assault at any age, any age, you learn to take it seriously. You learn to listen, and you learn to truly understand how to deal with these situations, and how to help, and how to be better. That's something that we all need to do. Us as a human race, we need to do better. That's my serious spiel. I'm sure I probably lost some people here with that, but that's something that I take to heart, and that's something that I feel like I really need to say, because it's very, very important to say.
Everything that you said matters. Whether we lost people or not, I don't give a fuck. That's why we started this show. Speak our mind without really giving a shit who's listening, how many people are listening. Don't care. I don't care. As somebody who's put a lot of my brand on this, yeah, go for it, man. But move on to a slightly lighter note.
We will.
Baseball uniforms.
Yep. So before the pre-show, we were talking. Well, I was first talking about my baseball caps that I had, and then we somehow got into baseball jerseys. And I made the comment that I hate the fact that Nike. Well, one, I hate the fact that Nike is the official jersey supplier of MLB, because one, I'm not a fan of Nike products, because I think they're stupidly overpriced just because of the name. I think, and
You've clearly never bought a Majestic jersey.
I did buy a Majestic jersey, but I'm not gonna lie.
$215?
I've never bought a Majestic jersey that expensive.
So you've never bought an authentic jersey. Got it.
I bought it so I went to the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York, and I bought a Stan Musial.
Oh, that's different.
Stan Musial Majestic jersey. So
no. Authentic would be like the shit that like the NBA players wear, except that it's sold directly by the. So like think about the $220 Nike jerseys, Nike basketball jerseys. Yeah, those are the ones that you would find on the court, rather than the much thinner, authentic ones.
My jersey's pretty thick. I don't have it here with me.
No, Majestic's incredibly. Majestic's super thick. I'm talking about just the basketball jersey.
Oh, just the basketball jersey. Okay, I missed that.
Dude, that'd be sick. Cody Bellinger. I like Cody Bellinger. Like, I genuinely do. As even as an NL fan, I like Cody Bellinger. I'll say the only team that I will never buy a jersey for
Circle
in baseball.
Herc. Your Circle Herc, you missed it right at the beginning of the show. We actually have a command for that now.
The only team that I'll never actively buy merch for is the Cubs.
Because you're a Cardinals fan?
Yes. Now, I will say, and this is a moral thing, right? So the program director for the program that I buy, for the program that I work for in the school district, was a Cubs fan, right?
Oh boy, what was all that noise?
Picked on him a lot. So these are my keys. You know,
kickoff keys? Are they your kickoff keys?
Yeah, car key. But then I also have all of my work keys on here. All 4 of them, plus my key fob to get into the building. And I have a Beatrice Public Schools lanyard. There it is. On top of, I bought a Cubs lanyard for the keys, because guess whose keys I ended up getting?
Oh no.
I got his keys.
Never mind. I was thinking somebody else. And I think you're gonna already infer.
Oh no, I worked with her during it.
I think you can infer who I'm talking about. We won't get into that though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got his keys. So I decided that I was going to buy a Cubs lanyard in his memory.
I appreciate that, and I can get with that, because my grandmother's a Cubs fan. I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy for her when the Cubs won the World Series.
Fucking 2016.
You cannot. I was rooting for the Cubs. And I'm a Cardinals fan. I would have liked it if the Indians also won, but
dude, I was rooting for the Indians because, first of all, they're a fun as fuck team. Secondly, Frankie. Third, fuck the Cubs. Cubs fans are so fucking obnoxious. They're like, oh, we won the World Series more recently than the Cardinals did. It's like, okay, cool. Win 7 more, and then you can talk.
Yeah.
Good?
I grew up in Illinois, and a lot of people were Cubs fans. A lot of places, stores, like apparel stores, sold Cubs and Chicago Bears merchandise. So it was even when the Cubs were faced the Cardinals in the I believe it was the divisional series in 2015. Yeah. Man, so much shit talk against me, because like I was very
actively a Cardinals fan.
I always wore Cardinals stuff to work. I wasn't a bandwagon. I like
biggest bandwagon team in each sport would be Dodgers currently in baseball. Probably Chiefs in football. Which next year it'll be Bucks, but that's gonna happen.
You didn't think the Bucks were this year or earlier because Brady?
No, it's gonna be next year. It wasn't this year. This year was Chiefs.
I thought this year was Bucks just because of Brady.
No. This year was Chiefs. Dodgers, Chiefs, probably Nets, and then I want to say, God, it's going to be either Seattle for the NHL, or it's going to be probably Chicago every year. Just because Chicago's the most known NHL team because they're the Blackhawks.
I disagree with that. I think it's going to be... Well, here's the thing. People know about Sidney Crosby for the Pittsburgh Penguins. So there's that. When the Blues won the World Series, wow. When the Blues won the Stanley Cup...
Wasn't that, 3 years ago?
That was 2 years ago. I'll be honest with you. If I wasn't already a Blackhawks fan, I would be a Blues fan because I love the city of St. Louis. It was the, oh boy, oh no. Actually, he does a better job. I think we should remove my cake command and you should start just using skeet out cakes all the time.
Only if it's for points.
Why? Hold on. Why didn't it show up for Dylan? Shut up for everybody else, but not Dylan.
Real recognized. Hell yeah, dude.
You already got my cake. All right. If COVID Coochie was still watching chat or watching our stream, then maybe I would reconsider, doing another.
I'm gonna be real. The NHL isn't incredibly interesting when it comes to like fans and teams. I just care about fights and whether or not the Caps win.
Oh,
simple
boy.
as that.
I'm disappointed in you. Hockey's
simple as that, dude. The Caps won the Stanley Cup. I don't give a shit. We won at one point. I don't care anymore.
I'm kind of sad though because the meme is over with the Capitals. The Capitals meme was always like, oh, they can't get past the first round.
What do you mean? It's restarted, dude.
Has it?
Yeah, it's restarted. It's restarted. Yeah.
I need to say it this way. Hockey. How do they say it? They say hockey. Hockey is a great sport. Like hockey really is a great sport.
Hockey's a great sport. I love my Bruins.
I used to be a season ticket.
Love my Bruins.
I used to be a
great sport.
Season ticket holder for the Iowa State Cyclone hockey team, D1 hockey team.
Wait, Dylan, you're Ryan Stivers? Wait, I thought AJ was Ryan Stivers.
I thought you were Ryan
Jason,
Stivers.
Aren't you Ryan Stivers?
No, I thought you were Ryan Stivers.
I mean, I thought I was Ryan Stivers.
I thought Austin was also Ryan Stivers.
Is it Austin Ryan Stivers? Austin J. Roberts?
No,
wait,
no,
I thought Tiger Hawk King was Ryan Stivers.
No. I think it's God, why can't I think?
Wait, is it Quinn Daniels?
No, I thought it was
Ryan Stivers.
I thought Greg was Ryan Stivers.
No, Greg Mackey might be Ryan Stivers.
I think Greg is Ryan Stivers.
Oh my god!
I think we figured it out. We figured out Greg is Ryan Stivers. Who knows? Maybe Sheet App is also Ryan Stivers. Maybe is Sheet App catfishing?
Or is Ryan catfishing? John Squires is Ryan Stivers.
Who understands why he blocked me then? Ryan Squires.
By the way, Jarlar just kind of reminded me, literally whatever you're willing to send to me from your time at Iowa State, I'm willing to pay shipping for. And if you want more for it, like just talk to me about it. I'll probably be willing to pay. Like,
you cut out there. Who were you talking to? Dylan?
Dylan
okay.
Fucking Sainer. Just like, I mean, hell, dude, I'm down for whatever. I don't care. I love Iowa State shit. Especially if it's Nike, because then it makes me look really cool.
I'm probably gonna get canceled for saying this and get shit on a lot for saying this, but I'm genuinely curious. Dylan, can you tell me which sport you crossed over into the COVID Coochie land?
Pretty sure I had a girlfriend during all of it.
He said though, I thought I saw in chat that he admitted.
I mean,
something.
He said sports do, yeah, but I'm pretty sure he's had a girlfriend.
No, I thought he said he had. He dove in cycling. Always. I never got to experience it, and Finn gave me a lot of crap. This is actually where it actually started. It started in a pre-show. I wasn't recording at the time.
Year total in year what? 5 years? Very seldom single. It's true.
Hold on.
Sheet App has not been single in almost 3 years. Crazy.
Jay Chillin, are you one of those people that's like never been single on Valentine's Day? Because I know somebody from high school that's like has not been single on Valentine's Day, I think, in the past 10 years. It's insane. I don't know who Garrett is, but he sounds like an asshole.
Oh, no, he is not. I will say he is not an asshole.
He was very nice. That's nice. That's nice to know. I hope he was also very nice to you when you dumped him. Oh boy, Dylan.
Attached drunk,
Dylan.
There's no T in attached.
Dylan really just put that out. He used that command. He was just very
I
attached.
bought an Iowa State soccer jersey. Thanks to Jared. So
yeah, I'd get one of those. I just like jerseys. And if I would like to have players' names on the back of them, but only if the money that I'm spending on it goes directly to the athlete, which I know is impossible right now. That sucks. I despise the people that wear jerseys that have college athletes' names on the back of them while they're still in college. Like I remember,
a long time in the Army. It's true. If you're together with a soldier for 6 months, you should probably be talking.
Isn't that the stereotype of marrying right away though? Isn't that a lot of like religious people? Like super like
a Niang. Well, hold on. A Niang Iowa State jersey or a Niang Jazz jersey? Because like I definitely need to get a Niang Jazz jersey. Yeah, I need to as well. I definitely need to get a statement jersey because Niang with Jordan, fuck, dude, hell yeah. But the issue that I have is that I need stars that are gonna go with that Niang.
When is Jay Chilling going to be on the show? She sounds like she's got some interesting things to say. Or is that going to be a no? What if we get Dylan Sainer and Jay Chilling on the show at the same time?
Dylan, please?
I like how Finn's ignoring me.
Please? Dylan sign for me? That would be sick as fuck. Like, I would love to have a signed jersey. Not even 100%, not even 200%, like 350%. Like, these are guys that I only know about in like Memoriam. But, like, seeing all of this stuff, I'm like, dude, this is like my legacy, man. These are the things that people know Iowa State for.
God, what the hell is going on with Twitch today? Encoding overloading. It's like the fourth time today. I don't know what's going on because
No, you didn't show me the video. You showed me the video of Brock going. You didn't show me the video of you and Niang.
What I like about Niang is that he will still support Iowa State Cyclones basketball.
Well, he was at the last Cyhawk game. That's where Dylan met him.
He'll go to Iowa State events. Same thing with Lazard. Lazard will go back to Iowa State games too. He was at a basketball game that was at.
He just probably won't go to like the Cyhawk game because I'm pretty sure that's during basketball season. Or football season. Fuck.
Say, what are you talking about? They don't overlap.
He came to the OU game this season. I remember you talking about him and what was it, Naz were there?
Yeah, Naz also. I forgot about that.
The marble can of worms. Oh shit. Do we talk about the marble? Yeah, let's talk about the marble can of worms here. Okay, so Iowa has two family members that are in the top 5 all-time scoring list. Devin Marble, the son, and Roy Marble Sr. Both are black. This matters.
Is Circle Herc
Why
still
does
here?
This matter?
Is Circle Herc still here? Because Circle Herc is an avid Hawkeye fan also. And I feel like it would be very appropriate to have Circle Herc's input in here too.
So it matters that Devin and Roy Marble Sr. are black. Because what do you mean? Frank Garza being found guilty of running a Ponzi scheme? Yeah. No, that's 100% legit. 100% legit. He defrauded people of millions of dollars, including a San Francisco 49ers coach. He's the all-time leading scorer on top of being a national player of the Big Ten player of the year 2 times over. Yeah, no, like Garza's a good ass fucking player.
He's a good college basketball player.
He is the best college basketball player to ever play for Iowa.
Okay, Circler, good thing you're here. Also, I hope the dog's okay and had a very nice poop.
I'm not a fan of dogs, so I hope the dog is not okay.
Oh, come on, that's somebody's. Oh,
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Come
Chill.
on,
I don't
man.
hope that anybody die. I don't hope that anybody's dog dies.
okay,
Okay. I
Good.
just don't hope that I
Good.
never meet them.
good.
I just hope that I never meet the dog.
Circle, we're talking about Marble. What's their name again? I don't know their names.
Roy Marble Sr. and Devin Marble.
And considering that Corver and Circle Herc are the only Hawkeye fans here, or at least the definitely the ones that pay attention to most of Hawkeye stuff, other than Ryan Stivers paying attention to Hawkeye stuff.
Hawkeye stuff. I follow a lot of Hawkeyes.
Yeah, so do
They
I.
follow me.
So do I too. I follow Iowa Hoops Dave, Austin J. Roberts.
For those of you that don't know, Devin Marble Sr. was the former all-time points leader for Iowa Hawkeye men's basketball. Luka Garza recently passed him this season, and his jersey has never been retired. Devin Marble Sr. died of cancer. He also was a crack addict. Was found guilty of domestic abuse. Is I would say a failed NBA player, along with his son being a failed NBA player, and it's sad because he's black. And somebody had asked Devin why he doesn't watch Iowa basketball anymore. And Devin said, because of the disrespect that school has shown me and my father. And there were people in the replies to Devin saying, your father was a piece of shit junkie. His off-court actions kept him from.
I remember reading a few replies from that thread, and that was very ugly. Very ugly.
And so forth. So on and so forth. And people started defending everybody that was saying shit like that. Those same people in the same argument would defend, I don't remember his first name, they would defend Sash, former Iowa athlete that ended up ODing on opiates. Why is a black man that's addicted to crack cocaine a piece of shit junkie, but a white athlete that ends up overdosing on opiates not a piece of shit junkie? Somebody that says, oh, he was a victim of circumstance. He ended up falling victim to the opioid epidemic. Crack cocaine is an epidemic. It's an epidemic that was started by the U.S. government. And that's not a conspiracy theory anymore for all you fucking QAnons that are out there. I'm a Republican, and I know for a fact that the Reagan administration was putting crack cocaine into black communities because they wanted to bump the police numbers up. Because your college athletes' off-the-court actions are so bad. Yeah. Look at no, I'm not gonna say that because I like him a lot. But
I was gonna bring up Cam Lard because I know he got caught with weed. I'm sorry, you didn't come through there. What did you say?
I don't know who that is. I really don't care who Cam Lard is.
He was a Iowa State basketball player.
Oh. No, Iowa State's pretty lax when it comes to shit like that.
He got suspended from the team for that.
Iowa State has, well, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it gets suspended for shit that's illegal, right? But like, when you look at Iowa, Iowa has a history of discrimination. And I'm not saying that lightly. This is something that's been proven through multiple investigations. The fact that Gary Barta had to pay millions of dollars because he was proven to be discriminating against somebody because of their sexual orientation is fucked. And then people are all like, nobody. Yes, it's about race. Iowa has shown to discriminate by race. Gary Barta does it. He's shown to discriminate, period. Doesn't matter what the fuck you are.
I despise that man, and I hate that he's on the college football playoff committee.
I mean, he helped Iowa State, I'm not going to lie. But he hates Iowa. He hates Iowa at this point. I'm going to say that, like, outright. I can guarantee
the state of Iowa or the school Iowa?
The school. He's going to fuck Iowa every chance he gets. But, like, look at the fucking basketball program. You see, I have had darker mayonnaise on my sandwiches. I have had ranch with more black in it than Iowa's basketball team always does. Is this a problem with Fran? No, it's not a problem with Fran. Fran recruits in state. I was going to have a lot of white players that play high school basketball. It's not a problem with Fran McCaffrey, okay? The issue is that with the school, when Gary Barta won't be upfront about what the 3 criteria are to have your jersey retired, what the fuck are the criteria? Luka Garza, Roy Marble Sr. hasn't met those. I can guarantee it. What are the criteria? Don't get arrested for doing drugs. Don't get arrested for domestic abuse, and don't be black. If those are the criteria, then Luka Garza's met those easily. But if the criteria are don't be controversial, don't be, don't be an all-time leading scorer, and fuck, dude. I was a fucked school. And if you listen to the latest Around the Corn episode, Graham Valdez was on it, former high jumper for Iowa track and field. He talks about so many instances where it's like, black athletes would, I'd be with just black students and people would be like, oh, you're an athlete, right? Because you're black and you're at Iowa. And it's like, fuck, that's fucked, man. Graham Valdez himself is a minority. He's part Hispanic. And people just assumed that he was an athlete because he was a minority that was attending the University of Iowa. How shitty is that? Genuine.
It is shitty, but I'm going to be honest with you. It's not just at Iowa.
No, it's not just at Iowa. It's all over the Midwest.
It's all over the Midwest.
On the University of Nebraska campus with some of my friends.
It's all over the Midwest, and it's actually all over the United States because the common misconception is that black people do not have what it takes to have a higher education, and the only reason they can get one is if they're on scholarship to be on an athletic program at the school. I'm not saying this to be racist or anything like that, because that's not truly what I believe, but it is the general consensus of what a lot of people believe. It's the truth. I'm just speaking the truth, not my personal views. And it's not Finn. I can guarantee you it's not Finn's personal views either. But he understands. You would understand too, right? That is the case. That's what a lot of people think also.
Oh, it's 100% what a lot of people think. Like, coming from a town of 12,000 people, and most people might think, oh, that's not that small. It's a pretty small fucking town. We had two black kids in the senior, junior, and sophomore classes, right? We ended up having like 3 in our freshman class, but I don't count that. Just the year that I graduated, 2016, 2017 school year, just because like they were athletes. But the 2 that were in the upper 3 classes in my high school weren't athletes. They didn't play any sports. Well, and one of them might have played football, but I can't remember. If I'm going to be honest, our football team was pretty forgettable that my senior year. It's like everybody just assumed that they were athletes because they were black. And I get it, right? There's a lot of racist reasons black athletes are incredibly common. The reason being that we used to literally breed black people for the best performance way talking slave days. And it just kind of ended up being that quite a few of them were naturally gifted athletes. Good for them. Congrats. But it's like, and then you go walk around college campuses, University of Nebraska, Lincoln. You're walking around college campus, you see a guy walking around, he's wearing Adidas because Nebraska is sponsored by Adidas. You're walking around with your friend and he goes, I think he's on the football team. I went up and talked to the guy. He's not on the football team. He's an engineering student. He's like, I've never played sports in my life. Guy's thinner than me, and if I turn sideways, I disappear. Like, no, circle. Like, I 100% respect that. 100%. It's it's a lot harder to talk over text than it is in person, right?
And also a lot of things can get misconstrued through text, whereas like you'd be able to better understand 100%. What somebody's trying to say through if you actually spoke with them in person or over the phone or not even just over the phone. Because you need to actually see their physical reactions to and what they're saying. So I respect that, Circle Herc, also, and I understand it. I'm out of the loop here on the
Circle Herc, if you want to talk about it anytime, I'm 100% down. Doesn't have, not on the podcast or anything, never on the record. I don't care. I love talking to you, love hearing your opinion on stuff. You know, um, it's
I'm just out of the loop here on the whole Marvel situation because I just remember coming home one day.
basically people are like, your dad did shitty stuff, so your dad didn't get his jersey returned. Sucks to suck. Fuck off. It's one of those things, and people are like, oh, those are trolls. Those aren't trolls. Those are the vocal minority. Those are the reason that people don't like Hawkeye fans. Those are the people that will spit beer at you when you're a Nebraska fan in Kinnick. I speak from experience on that one. Just an FYI. If my dad died of cancer when I was hitting my 20s, I'd fight someone for saying stuff about my dad like that. Dude, I'd offer them to fly them the fuck out to me so I could punch them in the face.
What I want to point out there is what you said exactly. This is the most important thing that came out of this is you said the vocal minority. Mm-hmm. So many people just feel like if a few bad apples is a representation of the whole. And that bothers me because, I try to treat people as equally as I can. And it did bother me when people were saying that, making these generalizations that, oh, this is just the entire Iowa fan base. It's not. I can guarantee you it's not the entire fan base. But I also...
No, there's so many Hawkeyes that I love. Austin J. Roberts, hop into his DMs, everybody. AJ, AJ is my fucking brother. I die for that. I die for that piece of shit right there. I love Circle Herc. Circle Herc's one of my favorite Hawkeyes I've ever met.
Everybody here that we have watching has always been, one, they've been great to us, and two, we hope we've been great to them too. So I mean, I don't have any issues or I don't have any liberties against anybody here. Productive conversation is what we try to do here on sometimes too, and it's interesting. It's interesting and productive, and this is how you get smarter too, is by hearing and having conversations with a bunch of different people.
Race is such a nuanced topic when it comes to stuff like this. But the Devin Marble thing essentially comes down to the vocal minority is mad at him because he's mad at his father, at the way that his father was treated because of his father's off-court actions.
Again, we're emphasizing
his father made mistakes.
We are again emphasizing that is the vocal minority. It is not an accurate representation of the entire fan base.
His father made mistakes. Okay, everybody makes mistakes. I've made mistakes in the past. Jason's made mistakes in the past. No, you're right. It is stupid that race is a topic of art. And the fact that people get mad at everybody for bringing up the fact that like race is a part of it. Like, just because you don't bring up race doesn't mean that you're not being racist, right? Crack cocaine is associated with poor black communities, right? People bringing up the fact that Devin Marble Sr. was addicted to crack cocaine are being inadvertently racist. They're perpetuating the stereotype. And when they defend Sash for overdosing on when they defend Sash for overdosing on opiates, they're also being inadvertently racist because opiates are typically considered to be a white drug. And the issue therein lies in the fact that you're either omitting or permitting facts to come through. And it is a problem. Are you trying to be racist? No, I'm not saying that you're trying to be racist, saying that kind of thing. What I'm saying is that you're being inadvertently, accidentally racist, and that's where the problem lies in. It's like Myers-Leonard when he accidentally used a slur that is offensive towards people of the Jewish religion. That he wasn't trying to use that to spread hate towards that group. And everybody needs to understand that. If you don't understand that, you're purposely trying not to.
What's still
But
unfortunate is
he,
that. Go ahead.
but like when you do stuff like that, that is where the problem really is. It's uninformed, inadvertent prejudice.
These are conversations that are hard to have, but I feel like they're also necessary. At the same time, the reason why they're hard is because if you try to bring it up, you have to be very careful what you're saying, because sometimes when you bring it up, it comes off as you're trying to be racist or you are racist or like that. It's very, very difficult to have a conversation like this. There are times like where I don't even want to speak about it just because I'm afraid of my words being twisted or being misunderstood as oh, this guy's a closet racist. Absolutely not. No, I'm trying to have a healthy conversation here, but I'm not the best with words. These are necessary conversations and they're necessary points to be brought up that you brought up. It's unfortunate that not everybody's going to see it the way I feel like it should be taken. They're going to see it as, oh man, this guy just, or now he's just being racist against white people, which is by the way, is a valid thing. We had a recent controversy here at the university, is that specifically Iowa State University, because I know we were talking about University of Iowa. I need to bring it back to clarify that controversy at the Iowa State University is that student government had a woman panelist on or something like that, and they had some recent tweets about, oh, I needed to have a new profile picture because I was called out for, people thought I was white, so I needed to make sure I wasn't. And yeah, controversial. My take on that is actually, I don't even have a take on that because I can't really, I don't have a proper wording for it, but it is a possible thing to be a racist against white people too. And that's something that people don't understand too. Mm-hmm. There are some people there are some students that are running for student body president and vice president. They came out with a statement. They said, we condemn the statements of, the person that made those tweets and all this other stuff. They're a faculty member here at the university. And then they said, while racism against white people exists, the bigger issue here is racism against people of color and all those other things. I get that their statement was well intentioned and everything like that.
It was just wrong. But
they got called out for that, saying, "Wait a minute!" And also, you can't deny me this. There are statistics to back this up. At a predominant,
keep talking. I'm gonna go pee real quick.
Okay, at a predominantly white school, you're going to get called out for being racist against white people, and that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they got called out for. While I don't necessarily disagree that racism against people of color, actually, I do disagree with. I disagree with the wording of it. They basically did say that racism against people of color is a bigger issue at the moment. I don't know how to feel about that because I feel like racism in general is just a problem area. It's just a problem area against, we have a lot of things going on. We had, the unarmed shootings of black individuals over the summer last year and years before that, and just a lot of murder. I want to be careful with my wording here because I want to make sure I'm still in the legal context, because murder is an actual legal word, a legal term. You have to be charged with murder. But black people died from police officers using questionable tactics, and then you also have in the more recent settings attacks against Asian American individuals. That's been contributed to by the coronavirus. It's a problem. They're definitely a people of color. They're definitely two people of color. But I'm not going to say that we need to address racism against a certain group of people more than we do against a certain other group of people. It's just the problem is because racism is so associated with you can only be racist against people of color. People forget that you can be racist against white people too, against Caucasians. As somebody of a person of color, I'm probably going to get torn apart for saying that. But I have to be honest with everybody. I have to be honest and say, yeah, racism affects everybody. You can be racist against people of color. You can also be racist against non-blacks or sorry. My brain is not working. White people, Caucasians, people, non-people of color. I don't know if that's an actual term, non-people of color, but it's an actual thing. It's hard because, you know, if you're a person of color, you're supposed to side with the people of color. While I do, at the same time, I try to be reasonable. And you have to be reasonable when you're having these conversations. You can't be radically one side or radically the other side. You have to be in the middle. You have to meet in the middle and hear both sides and understand, just really understand. Because once you are radically one side, you introduce bias. And you can't be biased in these situations. It's not healthy to be biased in these situations. In order to have healthy conversations, you have to remove bias. Let me catch up on chat here, real quickly, because I completely missed it, whatever everybody's saying. Ryan's absolute clarify to me who Ryan is again. I don't remember who.
Ryan Stivers.
Is it Ryan? Are we talking about Ryan Stivers? Okay, because I need to catch up on chat over here. I need to look back at it because I wasn't paying attention. Apologize to you, chat, because I do try to pay attention to you guys.
Yeah, it's Ryan Stivers. So Ryan years ago had some tweets
and he's
that
owned
at the
up
time
to
were socially acceptable, but currently are not.
Dude, it was socially acceptable back in 2014. Like, that's how recent it was.
Yeah, back in 2014, and he made these comments back in 2010, 2011. Like, it's gonna happen.
And he's owned up to it. I wish that this goes back to cancel culture that we've talked about so many times, but still, it's so necessary to talk about cancel culture. I despise cancel culture because it doesn't allow people to redeem themselves or move on or learn. And I hate it. And when I do see people screenshotting old tweets from somebody and then putting them out there and just continuously putting them out there, I think we know who I'm talking about, who continuously puts out screenshots of old tweets from Ryan. He's owned up. 1, he's owned up to it. 2, he's understood it's wrong. 3, he hasn't repeated the behavior.
So the same person that tried to put Greg Mackey down for having depression?
Really? That's fucked. That is fucked. You do not do that. You do not.
Incredibly fucked.
You do not do that. And it reminds that what you just told me reminds me of somebody in the NASCAR community who created a livery, a paint scheme that basically celebrated gay pride. He got torn to shreds on it on Twitter because the NASCAR community historically and still it's still a problem. Whatever, homophobic and racist. I'm not going to say all of them. I'm not going to say every single one of them. But there's still that problem that exists within the NASCAR community. This guy almost killed himself just because he was trying to do a good thing to, show support for gay rights and gay pride. And it was only the fact that I think he just put the rainbow flag on a car. On a paint scheme.
Oh, I know how bad it used to be for AJ. I know how bad it used to be. But I will say, and I would kind of want to bring it back to, more so our audience, the Iowa State group.
Go ahead.
It's like, stuff like that is complicated. Why is it complicated? Because you're never going to be right in everyone's eyes, right? No matter what you promote, whether you promote LGBTQ rights, whether you promote, not being racist, whether you promote mental health, fuck, dude. I mean, somebody coming after somebody for being depressed and having anxiety, like clinically diagnosed anxiety. Fuck you, man. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. But I do want to bring it back to our very good friend Circle Herc saying that he doesn't believe that anything, in the screenshots were racist, right? And nothing, I don't, if I remember correctly, and I have the screenshots up, but I'm looking at them one by one here. I don't believe that anything was said that was like blatantly, overtly racist, right? But the screenshots, one of them was.
Would you say they had
from,
like racist undertones?
Yes, very much so.
I haven't seen the screenshots. I haven't really paid attention. The only thing that I remember seeing is that when I came home one day and I opened up Twitter, I just saw my entire feed was filled with people bashing the Hawkeye fan base.
It was so okay. So the first one that really stands out was Tellery Corsino. I'm gonna call her out because holy shit, this is bad, right? She said, actually knew your dad. Great player. Piece of shit person. You played 4 years only because of your last name, but don't feel bad. You do have one thing in common with your pops. Neither of you could make it in the NBA. She got a reply that said, yep, Devin sucked. He was never clutch and always missed shots that mattered. Both dad and son sucked in the NBA. At least Devin didn't become a crackhead like his dad.
Hold on, go back. Please go back for me to the original tweet from whoever it was that you said.
Said, actually knew your dad. Great player. Piece of shit person. You only played 4 years only because of your last name, but don't feel bad. You do have one thing in common with your pops. Neither of you could make it in the NBA. Here's the issue with that, right? Both Devin and his dad are top 5 all-time scorers for the Hawkeyes. Devin being number 5, and so Devin being number 5. Devin being number 5 and his dad being number 2 now with Luka Garza, right? Like, holy shit. Top 7? Dude, I could have sworn that Devin was number 5. Genuinely could have sworn that Devin was number 5, but it could be top 7, right? I don't know. I don't follow Iowa sports super closely, but being top 10 all-time scorers is having a successful as fuck, right? Semantics don't matter. Being a top 10 all-time scorer is having a successful as fuck career, right? This same lady admitted that she looked up Devin's father on Google the night before.
This would actually be a great topic to have Iowa Hoops Dave on too. It's just unfortunate that I had that exam run long, but at the same time, this stuff didn't happen.
Right?
This stuff didn't happen when we were going to have him on, but it would be still a nice thing to have.
I'll see if he wants to talk about this when we do have him on.
It just depends on timing though too. If it's already fizzled out, if it's been too long, then why bring it up again?
But I do think that the person replying saying at least Devin didn't become a crackhead like his dad yet.
That's a bad
racist.
That's a bad reply. The original reply though, and this might be controversial to some people, I don't see the original tweet that you first read as being
that in and of itself is not.
There's no racism there. I didn't detect any racism. I didn't see any racism or anything like that.
No, it's not. And I can almost guarantee that the reason that they said piece of shit person was because of the domestic abuse stuff. Because plenty of Iowa, State, North Carolina, Alabama athletes have been found, guilty of using controlled substances during their time at whatever school.
It's also just common to call people the people that do this stuff pieces of shit, human beings.
Right.
It's a common thing. They are actually it's like stuff like that, like domestic abuse and molestation. I've never been to prison, but from what I've read from people on Reddit or people that claim to formerly be in prison, those are the disrespected crimes. Those are crimes that get you beat up in prison.
Yep. But what was it? Somebody named Eduardo in quotations Doc Charles Tolento, who has a picture of Doc Sadler, former Nebraska men's basketball coach, as their profile picture. For those of you that think that there are Nebraska fans in the comments of the Devin Marble tweet, that's literally a former Nebraska athletics coach. Fuck off. He said, that school gave you and your father a free education. Zip it, be grateful, and be thankful. No, fuck off. Everybody has a right to be critical of those that have given them the chance for success. Everybody has the right to be critical of those above them.
That is an absolutely terrible take.
That is the worst. That is the worst take I have ever heard. Genuinely. What the fuck? Another reply from Albert Clark, or AL Clark 12. He's an egghead, for those of you that are thinking that I'm just outing some random ass dude. Just shows how classless you truly are. The day after Garza's senior day and special moment, you make this comment and making it all about you and your family. No wonder you got disrespected. #classless. Does anybody here in chat remember the context that I said for Devin Marble making the comment about why he doesn't watch Iowa basketball? Anybody?
He mentioned
Anybody? Bueller?
God, because this has been going on like 30 minutes now. This topic, and you also went to the bathroom, so that kind of messed up my train of thought.
Good thing AJ got it. Yeah, somebody brought it up to him. Somebody was like, "Why don't you watch Iowa basketball anymore?" And he answered the question.
Can I get some context? Can I get some context though? Like, there had to have been a reason why somebody asked. There wouldn't be. I find
some Iowa fans would genuinely just ask that out of the blue. He could have tweeted like, "I had some great pizza last night," and an Iowa fan would ask that. You underestimate sports fans.
Well, yeah, because I haven't been on Twitter for more than I've only been.
Sports fans will bring that up out of anywhere. Also, Dylan, feel bad, man. Feel bad for you. Gonna fail a test. But oh my god. Okay. Big Bob replied to Devin saying, "Your dad was a drug addict and a piece of shit off the court and always in trouble. Blame your dad, not Iowa, you crybaby." Fuck you, Bob. Oh, this is the same dude that said, "Yep, Devin sucked. At least he didn't become a crackhead like his dad yet." Yeah, no, Devin, like Big Chief Bob is definitely racist. Yeah.
Big Chief Bob is the Big Chief Bob is the embodiment of somebody that cannot let somebody else's past live down. Yeah. Somebody live down their own past, and lives on the idea of just because your family did it means that you're gonna do it, or just because your family was this means you're going to be this person. Mm-hmm. It's completely unfair.
God,
completely unjustified.
Your dad was a drug addict and a piece of shit. Okay, what does him being a drug addict have to do? Likely, him being a drug addict.
AJ, dude, I don't even want to think about what Sam would have said. I genuinely don't, and I'm not even going to take the time to look it up.
Okay, Transistor Hawkeye, who I believe is part of the LGBT community, because I don't know, they have a pride flag in their name. Also a chicken head. But how about the disrespect your dad showed your family with his dumbass, immature, drunkard, junkie, reckless behavior? Honestly, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. Luga has integrity in class. Devin, from my experience, also has integrity in. I have never in my seen Devin have anything but integrity in. He's never disrespected the university. He has never,
wonderful belch,
shown anything but being a class act. Could it just be one of those allies who turns out being a shitbag? Yeah, it could be. But it's one of those things where it's like, holy shit, man. He all of those terms describe somebody who loses it. Bad materializing a controversy that becomes a distraction is clearly becoming so patently Hawkeye culture. Hawkeye culture? I don't even know what it is anymore. Circle Herc, if I'm going to be real.
Okay, Circle Herc, I think it's the fact that your fan base or the Iowa Hawkeye fan base has so many outspoken and prominent bad apples. And it's the fault of the fact that just because the Iowa Hawkeye fan base is so big, it's so much, you can't deny it's so much larger than the Iowa State's fan base and a hell of a lot larger than UNI's fan base. So I just think there's again the misperception that, or the false perception that all, it's an accurate representation of the entire fan base, because it really isn't. That's my theory, but then again, I haven't really looked into this. Don't know exactly, but that's my theory. Based off of what you've just typed out and reading it, I think it's because the percentages of bad apples is, I'm not going to say percentages, more the number of bad apples. Percentages might be the same. Honestly, the percentages might be the same for each, because once you start increasing the quantity, the percentage gets lower.
Circle Arc, 100%. You're like, Iowa's football culture has 100% improved, and I have zero problem with the University of Iowa. I hope that everybody realizes I'm not an athlete, so I don't have to hate Iowa, right? As an Iowa State fan, I only hate I only hate Jordan Bohannon, and I also have a strong dislike for Fran McCaffrey. But it's like, but I don't have any problem with the University of Iowa, and their program is no. I can see why you hate Nebraska, AJ.
Can I bring this up?
But the University of Iowa culture has. I'm sorry to cut you off, Jason. Sorry, but University of Iowa culture has improved, I believe, since the Doyle controversy. Sorry to cut you off. I swear.
No, you're good.
But yeah, that I think that Iowa's culture has improved since the Doyle controversy.
There was something that you said about Iowa culture has improved. I know he's a friend of the podcast, and he's specifically your friend. He's a friend of a lot of the people that we have here in chat. But Ryan's, I can't tell if he's still trying to be a troll or not. It's gotten difficult for me personally to see a lot of his tweets. Originally I thought, he's just trying to troll the Hawkeye fan base, but now because he's run with it so long, it concerns me that is he really just hating on the fan base and just saying fuck Iowa all the time, fuck Iowa, fuck Iowa, fuck Iowa, like no matter what, and he always brings them up. I don't know him personally enough to know, because I don't work with Around the Corn. I'm not associated with Around the Corn. Yes, John, I am not associated with Around the Corn. All right.
Oh, John's not watching. He doesn't care enough to actually watch it.
I know he doesn't watch the show, and I'm glad he doesn't watch it, honestly. But I'm just not.
Andrew's actually Ryan. No, okay. So I will. So I will say this as somebody who knows Ryan personally, and I'm not going to say that I'm friends with Ryan, because I've never met him in person. I would love to. I'd love to, go out and hang out with him.
Yeah, and I just want to be careful with how I say it, because one, he's been on the show before. Two, he's closely associated with a lot of you guys. So
wait, do you still have access to the main, Dylan? Because if you just randomly pop off a tweet from there, that'd be fucking hilarious.
And also, if you're just horny on main, then everybody will assume it's just Austin.
Fair. But who has a lot of problems with diversity? So Ryan is somebody who believes that no press is bad press. And he genuinely buys into that, along with the fact that he is cool with cool with Garza. He's trying to get Garza on around the corn. If you ever
From
meet
the conversation
Ryan,
that we had when he was on the show, he does seem like a good guy.
yeah, if you ever meet Ryan in a serious situation, he'll drop the shit. He'll actually
I'm
give you real
I'm
answers.
not the biggest fan of the whole any press is good press, because I don't know, it just
I mean,
sometimes it
by that
gets a bit
motto.
much.
I live by that motto. I try and troll. I try and bait people
Well,
all
yeah,
the
I
time.
understand if you're trying to troll and bait, but how long is that supposed to last? I don't know. I'm not a burner. I actually have like my real name on my account. I have my real name in the credits. I have my real name, like, just because I'm not afraid to show it. And also, it's not that hard, because who the hell's name is spelled this way? So
Fair.
So
Nobody's name is spelled Jason. How
Yeah.
many Jasons do you know that have a 4-letter name?
yeah, nobody's name is misspelled like mine.
Fuck is a 4-letter word, and so is Jason.
Yes, and they both go hand in hand.
But like, as a burner myself, baiting people is the easiest way to get clicks. The easiest way to put your brand out there is to be just a shit on Twitter. Just be annoying. Finn is a 4-letter name. You're right. Finnegan is not, though.
OnlyFins.
OnlyFans, my upcoming site. Right after I finish paying off my current site. But like,
Go support Cyclone Strength, by the way. That's a great blog post.
www.cyclonestrength.org. Go give me critique on my blog post. Sheet Up's gonna be like, oh yeah, I know the grammar sucks, the layout sucks, all that shit. I didn't have time to.
I read it on mobile. I thought it was fine.
I've actually been Stinky McFadden's burner. You're Stinky's burner. Wow, wild.
Plot twist.
Oh yeah, I asked Dylan to write me a blog post. Just take your time with it, man. I've got quite a few lined up thanks to Jason. But like, take your time, and whenever you've got it, just hit me up, man.
By the way, please don't credit me, just because I don't want to take any credit for anything like that.
I'm not crediting you for shit.
Good.
For my posts.
Well, good. I don't want you to credit me just because it's not my.
Well, no, it was your ideas, but like they're good as fuck posts.
No, don't credit.
I think that Stinky and Bubba are both squires, personally.
It's definitely plausible. I think it's a definitely plausible scenario and situation to think.
But like,
I'm not adding that as a command.
But no, dude, Ryan's one of those guys that he doesn't get he gets, because more than anything he's trying to grow around the corner. He doesn't
Is
care.
it working though? Or has he hit the ceiling? Has he hit? And I'm a firm believer that there's never a ceiling as far as growth. But in this scenario,
this podcast will never hit a ceiling because of Jason. I am glad you agree with me, Dylan.
This podcast will go to the moon once Jason leaves the podcast.
I might be the personality of this podcast, but Jason is the face.
Fuck off with that shit.
It's okay. So like, Ryan just wants to grow around the court. I don't have the numbers to anything except for the Twitter. And I will say that I have grown the Twitter by over 100 followers.
Because of the memes. The memes are great.
Well, yeah, that's why they got me around. I'm not there for the fucking podcast itself. I only hop on that way they can actually record an episode. Like, if I had my choice, I would never be on an episode. I would never be on an episode of Around the Court. But actually, his name is Benjamin, believe it or not, Andrew. Not Rick. But I'm only ever on the podcast because they needed to record episodes. The Graham Valdez episode, they needed a 4th. So I jumped on. I was a University of Northwestern St. Paul fan that night. Or a Nebraska fan, depending on which way you want to look at it. I was At Bush Hawk. Ooh. That'd be fun as fuck if it was Bush Hawk, because Bush Hawk's a piece of shit, dude.
Oh boy. Oh,
Bush Hawk's a
that
piece
got
of shit.
dark. That, or I don't know if you want to call it dark, whatever you want to call it, but
Mean. I want to do this podcast with Larry, dude. If Larry was, if anybody that was Larry was willing to fucking come on this show,
let's get literal Larry on. Literal Larry.
if we get the original Larry on, that'd be sick.
Oh, you don't know who literal Larry is. I think only AJ and I know literal Larry. You don't know who literal Larry is. See, AJ knows literal Larry. Finally, I know something that you don't know.
What?
See, I thought literal Larry was actually Cyclone Larry also, but it's not. Two different people.
Oh, okay.
No.
Fuck, dude.
No.
You know how pissed I was about to be?
Oh, you thought that I actually? Oh no, I don't know. I don't even want to know who Larry actually is.
There's multiple people that run the Cyclone Larry account. I know that one for a fact. I know for a fact that multiple people run the Cyclone Larry account. I don't know who literal Larry is. Fuck that, man. Don't care. Dylan doesn't like him, so I don't like him.
Damn.
I fuck with Dylan. Whatever Dylan endorses, I endorse. If Dylan was all like, man, the Wire is the greatest show ever, I'm gonna be like, fuck, man. I've never seen The Wire, but damn, that show fucks.
I got a question for you then. If Dylan said that Black Ops 2 was better than Modern Warfare 2, you would agree with that there then? You would agree with that?
Wait, look. Wait, whoa. You know, Circle Herc to be on Around the Corner this week. There's no way you were asked to be on Around the Corner this week. There's no way. Who asked you? What? Dude. What? DM me these receipts because I want to see. I don't not believe you, but I want to see this shit because Ryan has said so many times, he's like, man, I don't fuck with that guy because he's a burner. Like, he gets that you're one of those like self-conscious burners like me, you know? But like, fuck, man. That's hilarious.
I'd
love to have you on.
I like Circle Herc 1 because I like his personality and I like a lot of the things that he had to say. He was very interesting to have on the show.
Circle Herc was so much fun.
It was so fun.
The only reason that I put Dr. Sai above him is because Dr. Sai was just fucking insane to have as a guest. Also, he follows you and not me, and that makes me so sad.
I didn't know you knew that. You found that out. Yeah, he follows me, but he doesn't follow you.
Yeah, I found that out the day after he was on the show.
Oops.
I was like, damn.
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you, but you know, him, and probably Cyclone Larry. All the iterations of Cyclone Larry are like my most prized follows.
Oh shit, dude. Okay, that was the week episode happened because the most recent episode that we recorded was the Grand, which is out.
Hold on, you cut out hardcore there. What were you saying?
The most recent episode of Around the Corner was the Graham Valdez episode, and that just happened Monday. So, no. Yeah, Monday. Rebecca Grant. Oh!
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, she follows everyone back. Yeah. Dude, I'm one of those guys that I'll follow Iowa accounts, and because Austin and Circle Herc follow me, people will just follow me.
I think people follow me weird. Just with the association of you with you. That's how I got a lot of my follows. But you know, do I really care about follows? Not that much. I don't know. I'm not really.
I care about follows just because I want to have an audience to be able to share my opinion.
I mean, yeah, I would like to too, but I also have come to accept that, you know, are people really gonna listen to what I have to say?
Oh, I've accepted it. Like, think about it, right? All the guys that are around the corner, like, dude, you need more followers than all of them. Like, holy shit, like, you've got good memes, all right? Like, I'll poke fun at everybody. I don't care. I'll even poke fun at Iowa State. But then
And
I'm like,
so
yeah,
am
but
I.
not that many people are fans of shit posts.
Because
That's
they
all I
don't
do. I'm
understand
just
it.
a shit post.
Shit posts are like more of our generation kind of thing. And there's a lot of older people on Twitter.
Yeah.
So,
On top of the fact that whenever I randomly drop a serious tweet, suddenly John Squires is all like, fucking you tiny biceps. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. At
he's
least my
gotten to you,
triceps
hasn't
don't
he?
jiggle whenever I raise my
He's
hand.
gotten inside your head. He's successfully accomplished what he's wanted.
Dude, John Squires is just he
has
like
okay.
he hasn't gotten inside my head. I want to know what the fuck the guy is thinking because holy shit, man, his psychology, his psychiatry must be fucked.
And that's why I think I said one time. I think like his brain needs to be evaluated when he dies, if he dies. Because he said,
dude.
Remember he
Squires
told me.
wins every time
Remember
you
what he
bring him
told
up.
me.
Squires wins every time he replies to me
Yeah.
because he refuses to lose.
Remember what he told me. You can't kill me, and then he proceeds to block me on his next account. But
yeah, pretty much. Squires
which is still a win. It's a win for me.
Refuses to lose. That's it's incredibly simple.
Here's the thing, though. My issue with it is that you will bring him up still, like, and you will bring him up on Twitter because you are feeding into his what he wants.
I will say this: I'm not feeding into him involuntarily. I want him to interact with me. Why do I want him to interact with me? Because it's funny to me to watch him squirm in my replies and my DMs because he started messaging me saying, "Oh, did you drink too much last night and were you fucking crying in my replies?" Just because I quote tweeted him saying that he's a piece of shit and that it's no wonder that he harasses me every day and has fucking no contact order out in his name.
I'm not gonna say it doesn't bother me because it actually does bother me. It bothers me is the fact that one man has this much time on Twitter to spend. Two,
house arrest must be super fucking boring.
Two, one man decides to create I don't know how many Twitter accounts.
At least 7.
3, why one man?
I've seen 5.
Why one man puts so much value into Twitter? There's a lot of messed up things that I really hope he gets help on. And honestly, the whole making other accounts to stalk people bothers me a lot because that's almost criminal behavior. Almost. It's definitely borderline psychopathy, maybe even some narcissism in there too. Even though he doesn't put his actual name on there, everybody already knows his name. His actual name
has been banned. So
he wants he wants attention, and that's exactly what narcissists want. Mm-hmm. And he will do anything to get it. And with that, he does that to you. He does that to so many other people. So
I give him attention, but I don't give him attention where he wants it. Is the thing. I'll give him attention in group chats where he's not in.
I'll debate that because even if you just mention his name, that's a win to him.
He's not here. He doesn't know that I'm mentioning his name.
But he knows but the fact is he's already accomplished his goal, and that's to get inside your head. A narcissist wants to get inside somebody's head and make you.
He's inside my head as much as she is inside my penis.
I'll move on. I want to go back real quickly to Circle Herc and how the burner whole thing. Like, I like Circle Herc, even though there are some things that I disagree with him. I still like him as a person. I mean, and the whole burner thing. Like, he's a burner, but
Circle Herc's a burner because of Cyclone Larry.
He's a burner. Yeah, we know the story of why he's a burner. We've had him on an episode. I think it's episode 8, I believe. You can go watch that on YouTube.
Every episode's episode 6.
Episode 6?
Every episode's episode 6.
Oh yeah, to me, every episode 6. Dude, I'm just waiting for the day we actually get to episode 69. Um,
Mm.
but we'll see if we actually make it that far. No, I admire Circle because even though he's a burner, one, he acknowledges that he's a burner. Two, he's like will outright admit he's a burner. Three, he was willing to show his face and come on the show. So
what a fucking burner,
so
man.
you
What a
have to
fucking
think
burner.
about that. Like, is he really a burner anymore after that? And can you call him a burner? Because I don't really call him a burner. Even though I put in the description of that YouTube video, Iowa Hawkeye burner, because I didn't know what else to describe him as.
Oh, he is a burner. Is he a good
hard
burner?
for me.
He's a good burner.
It's hard for me to see him as a burner, right? Because one, he's cool. Two, I think maybe the only passable thing that he has as a burner is that he just doesn't have his name on it, on his account. I don't know. That's my take, but do any of my takes matter?
Oh, dude, I don't have my name on my account just because I got harassed by a bunch of Hawkeye fans like 3 years ago.
You
have
a completely valid reason for not having your name on there.
And also, my face is on my account. It's a picture that I'm super proud of. My fucking official school picture. Fuck yeah, man. Enjoy Twitter enough. I don't enjoy Twitter enough to have a burner either.
Wait, you guys enjoy Twitter?
That's my account.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, man, I forgot what it was. Yeah, you're talking about why you have a legitimate reason to not have your name on there, because it's crazy that people do that. I don't understand the logic behind really going out and really trying to find as much information as you can on somebody to try to get dirt on them and try to harass them. It's weird. It's messed up. It's not right. It's just an online platform. Just God, like why? I'll never understand it. Maybe it's just my naivety or anything. Maybe I'm just too nice. I don't know. But it's
athlete's like
see, I can never be an athlete because one, really look at me, dude, really, come on. Two, like I don't think I can handle the press or the attention of it. I don't like having attention, which is I'm basically a foil to Finn in a lot of ways.
What?
I think I am
probably more athletic than I am.
Miss me with that.
I don't even know what the fuck's going on anymore. Like,
stop scrolling Twitter. That's why.
This is bullshit. I pick on myself. Did nobody see my tweet where I said nothing but shrimp? Like, that was, first of all, that was a dick joke. Secondly, like I weigh 100 and I want to say 86 right now.
You're only 10 pounds heavier than I am.
Yeah, I've also lost like 6 pounds in the past week.
See,
I'm super proud.
I don't know what this says about you or says about me. So,
look, man, I try to be.
I don't know. I honestly do not know what it means. I don't know. I don't know if it means that I have more fat than you or you have more muscle than me. I don't know what it is. So,
dude, you could be running Barstool Hawkeyes right now and be 30 times funnier. Barstool Hawkeye is probably the second worst Barstool account, right next to Barstool Iowa State.
Is Barstool even funny though? I don't get the appeal behind Barstool.
Some of them are. I like.
Okay, Barstool Coastal Carolina was kind of actually pretty cool.
Yeah, Barstool Coastal Carolina is funny as fuck. They retweeted AJ. They retweeted AJ when he said "fixed it for you," and it was literally just, "I might be stupid." But like Barstool Iowa tries way too fucking hard. Barstool Iowa State is just shitty.
And you personally know the person that runs it, right?
I don't personally know him, but I know who runs.
Okay.
He tweets a lot of stuff for Barstool from his personal account to try and boost its numbers. because he's going to lose it once he graduates.
You can only boost the numbers if you have them numbers to back it up. It would be like me, like trying to promote, I don't know, Cyclone Golf.
Well, he's got a verified fucking Twitter account in his settings, dude.
Because he might be actually considered by Twitter as a journalist, and journalists get verified basically automatically.
Well, Barstool ISU is verified.
That is true. But his personal account is also verified, you said?
No.
Oh, that's why I assumed you said his personal account is verified.
No. Barstool ISU. He retweets shit from his personal account.
Oh, from Barstool. Okay, got it.
From Barstool ISU, yeah. But like, then you've got fucking Levi Stevenson, who runs the WRNL Twitter account, and that's verified, but his personal account isn't.
It's not Matthias? I thought it was Matthias runs.
Oh, no, it's not Matthias or however he pronounces it. No, it's usually Levi, because Levi has too much of an ego. Who, by the way, Levi hasn't gotten back to me on running the fucking WR account. Fucking, come on, man. Let me tweet about Counter-Strike, man. Come on. I don't want to accidentally dox the Barstool Hockey guy.
Don't try it. Don't try it.
Yo, DM me, because I'll follow him in. No, Levi definitely seems like an ass. I feel like he might not be as much of an ass as he is from my interactions with him personally. Like, publicly, he definitely seems like one without trying to be one. I think the guy's just kind of like me, where he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it, and doesn't really think about the repercussions. Like, dude, it's wild. But with that, guys, it's been 3.
This has been our longest
hours.
Longest show ever. And honestly, I have to give a massive shout out to you guys, because you guys started basically here from the beginning, and you have stayed here the entire 3 hours. You guys are real troopers. You guys are real champions. To be able to last this long, listening to 2 guys, 2 college age, early 20s, talk about random stuff. Hey, Finn, there's a question for you from Circle Herc.
Question. Yeah, I am still working with a show with Connor Ferguson. I will say that is all I can say, because that is all that I know.
We would love to have a lot of you guys.
Dude, I'd love to have CF Chang on here.
Yeah, him. Jarlar seems like a really interesting, because we've had him on in chat, interact with us a couple times. It's been
next week, he says.
Next week, he says. Ooh, next week. And we've had Circle Herc on here before. That was an amazing show. Like, people really loved having you on there. We used to have a few former viewers here that would, and they would only support the stream just because I was personally friends with them. And I told Finn this last night. Like, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, even though I'm your friend, I'm not gonna like actively support whatever you're doing if I'm not interested in it. Just because I feel like it's more detrimental for me to do it than actually be interested. Because just the moral support kind of part of it doesn't really help. It doesn't really gauge where you're going. It doesn't really gauge how it's working. So they have stopped watching, but because they said they're not avid sports people, but we talked about sports on that show, and they said that, like, even though you guys talked about sports, like, it was really interesting to hear you guys' conversations. And even other people that don't pay attention to sports, like Bot Stimpy was stopped in here earlier today. He kind of just lurks around. He doesn't really pay attention to sports too, but I think that the nice thing about it is that even though some of you guys don't like talk about sports, or like don't like listening about sports, it's interesting to hear what we have to say about something. So I'm glad that we actually have something like that about it. And I'm also glad that the 6 of you have just been real troopers and just stayed on there the entire time. Because, honestly, the fact that you guys can listen to me talk for this long when Finn can't without having to check Twitter is...
Look, man, it's mostly the group chat right now, because we added a new guy, and like, I fucked with him pretty hard.
I like how he's not even denying it.
Tiger Hawk King, man. Tiger Hawk King is now
nice.
Part of Around the Corner. I fuck with.
These pods will start 4:30. Wait, Hawaii observes daylight saving time? Oh no, I don't think they do. Did they? No, they do. I think it's just Alaska and Arizona don't observe it.
Anyway, Jason, you got any final thoughts?
Final
Aside
thoughts.
from all 40 minutes of what you just said?
Wow, thanks. That really just shows
Yeah.
how much you pay attention. Really, why don't we get a different co-host? Or sorry, you could say.
Why don't we get a different guy that can't stream?
Get somebody other than me to get somebody to replace me.
Get somebody to replace me, the guy that just fucking outed you.
For what? What did you out me for? Anybody in chat, other than it just being a vinyl record, can you tell me what this is? Can you tell me? I'll give you like 30 seconds because I know Ben has to deal with some things on Twitter. Just wondering if anybody knows. Okay, yes, you know it's Nine Inch Nails. Anything else? Anything else about it?
What are they seeing?
It is not With Teeth. However, it's the album before it. It's the album before With Teeth. This is the Fragile, and this came in the mail for me today. Not today. On.
Oh shit! I still have my vinyl record players, dude.
I hope they're good. I have a vinyl record player here too, but it's one of these days I need to get into the in-depth of why this album means so much to me. No, it's not the Downward Spiral, which actually turned 27 on Monday.
Nine Inch Nails sounds really shitty on vinyl. I'll say that.
I've never tried it. That's why I'm also kind of concerned about how it would actually sound.
It doesn't sound great. I played it on a phonograph, which sounds like the best when it comes to vinyl.
Phonograph. It's a different needle. Phonograph uses 70. Usually has 78s. It's a different needle. You have to use a different needle.
No. There's multiple. I played it on a what's considered to be a modern phonograph, which is like I can't tell you the official name for it, but basically it had the large horn, right, to give you a very full sound.
You're listening to it in mono. You're listening to a stereo record in mono. I know audio, so I actually know what I'm talking about. Okay,
look, man. I listen to everything in mono. First of all,
okay. Anyway,
I can't hear out of my left ear. Secondly,
this album, I'm glad I finally was able to pick it up. I want to one of these days I want to talk about it because this one is the very first record I ever bought, and it cost me near $100 after taxes and shipping. This one on over here I think it's would be on the right side of your screen. It's an alternate version of this, all instrumentals. I'm just gonna say that I'm so happy to have these in my collection. I don't know if I'm never gonna open this one. This one's never being opened because this is a limited edition, special edition, all these things. But this one, I don't know. I might have to buy another one just to play because one of these days, I'm gonna get the glare out of the way. I need to talk about why this album is so special to me. It's a very personal album to me. I love it. I'm big into audio. I like music. I'm kind of studying electrical engineering to work with audio in the future. So that's just me. I'll leave that at that. Me nerding out after that. I'm just so happy to have these. So happy to have.
I own probably 70 plus vinyl albums.
Ooh, you need to bring them over to my apartment whenever you come up to Ames because I actually have a Sony record player feeding into my 5.1 surround sound speakers, which doesn't really make any sense because you're listening to it stereo anyway. So
yeah, no, I have to listen to everything mono because otherwise it sounds like I cried probably the first time I listened to Random Access Memories in stereo and realized that the speakers played different things.
Yeah.
When I was, I genuinely cannot hear out of my left ear.
That sucks.
This ear is useless to me.
That sucks. I feel bad for you because I don't. That's the way I like using whenever I mix some things, whenever I create some music. I like having.
I do that too. I just can't hear half of it.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
So I plan. So I have a Razer Leviathan speaker, and I plan on getting.
Oh boy! Well, we hope you have a good night, Corver, because you probably have to evacuate
again.
Yeah,
fuck again. Yeah, dude. Whoever that is, there's my.
Was somebody warming up mac and cheese, Easy Mac without water in it?
Was somebody fucking cooking ramen without water in it? Um.
Wait, Circle, real quickly. How would I? Do you guys have it on a Google Drive or a Bandcamp? If
Oh,
so,
dude, circle her. Just fucking email me at KalenH at cycleandstrength.org. Easy peasy, man.
if you guys have a Bandcamp or SoundCloud or have your album on a Google Drive, because that's honestly how I do. It's unreleased.
Wait, okay, circle her. I have a question. Will you be mad if I ever use your music in a video? Because like, if you've got music, just email me the files at KalenH or at KalenH at cycleandstrength.org, and I'll put it in videos because I just ordered a shotgun mic for cameras, and like I'm about to fucking grind fitness content. Depends on the song. Just let me know, man. Just let me know. Just let me know. Because I'm 100% willing to work with you. Also, Dylan, DM me shit because I love rap music, because I love listening to good rap or good lyrics. Doesn't fucking matter, man. I love music.
I love
music.
the flow,
Keeps me
the flow of some
sane
artists,
and not depressed as shit.
and sometimes music actually makes.
Final thoughts for the week. Sorry to cut you off there, Jason. But it's
valid.
3 hours.
We've been here for 3 hours.
Yeah,
I have lecture. I have lecture in 8 hours. So,
but Joe skates. Fuck yeah, dude. DM me skate shit, man. Anyway, my final thoughts for the week. Absolutely fucking love all of you. Love the fucking conversation that you all brought up in the chat tonight. My anime for the week would be Dota Dragon Blood, which comes out on Netflix in a couple of weeks. Super fucking stoked for that. Sir Action Slacks currently has a lore video for that he worked with Netflix for specifically.
Oh, no, yeah, you forgot. You were supposed to do a hentai of the week.
No, it's unfortunate because I didn't know that AJ would chat this week. If AJ lets me know whether or not I'll be in chat next week, I'll let him know. I'll do a hentai of the week next week because I've watched multiple just for this. But here's the thing, right?
Bless you.
Yeah, thanks. This week was probably our best episode that we've ever had.
On the topic of, you saying you love all of the audience members, you guys are still here. You guys are still here after we're making our closing remarks. Man, in the words of a letter that COVID Kutri once sent me in December, PPS, I like you a lot, so don't forget. So I like all of you a lot. Don't forget that.
More than anything, you guys drive this show. And we created the show with the intention of not caring about numbers or the audience, right? But when we have the chat interacting with with us, it means so much because it means that we have a voice in some capacity.
Honestly, if it wasn't for you guys interacting with us and us interacting with you guys, we wouldn't have been here for 3 hours. When we first started this podcast, our shows were like an hour 15, hour 20 max. We consistently go over 2 hours now because of the audience that we have now. We love you guys.
I'll say this, right? And I feel super shitty, right? Because we weren't supposed to go 3 hours tonight. We were supposed to go maybe an hour and a half. Because that's what we had planned at the very beginning.
I still have the conversation that we had of when we were planning out the podcast.
Dude, we were like 45 minutes to an hour.
I still have the original document, and I still have the original conversation of the recording of the conversation.
It's holy shit, dude.
Don't you cry on me now. I'm not gonna cry.
I'm sorry. I'm DMing my girlfriend. we were supposed to play Smite tonight, right?
Oh no. Am I in the dog pound now because or whatever? Because I kept you here. I kept you away from your girlfriend. I can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. Relationships are important.
So my girlfriend and I live 6 hours away from each other. It's tough for us to go see each other because I can't like afford to go see her on a regular basis because I get paid hourly. Since my personal training business hasn't exactly taken off, a certain future NFL player could change that, but I don't want him nor expect him to. It was a joke.
I gotta try and remember.
Please, everybody, accept that as a joke.
I gotta try. I need to promote it on my personal Facebook page because I feel like I'd have a larger reach there.
Probably everybody has a large reach on their Facebook page. Let's
because I've had it longer. I've had it since 2012. So,
but like, I don't know. I get paid $14 an hour to work for the local school district. Love my job. Love the kids that I fucking work with. Wouldn't trade that job for the fucking world. Don't care. But like, I still get paid hourly. And so it's hard for me to just uproot my life for any kind of work day. Period. My girlfriend and I were supposed to play Smite tonight. It's one of the few times that we get to play together. And I promised her. And unfortunately, because the show went, 3.25 hours, Kalen H at cyclonestrength.org is my email. But, do I feel bad? Yeah. Am I sorry? No, I'm not sorry. Because more than anything, this podcast means a lot to me, being able to reach an audience, period. And I got to say a lot of things that mean a lot to me tonight. I feel very strongly for, minorities. I have quite a few athlete friends that are minorities. Am I going to say their names? No, I'm not going to say their names because they don't want me to be necessarily associated with them due to, stereotypes and other things that are involved with successful athletes. Am I, but like, I also come from, small town Nebraska. I come from a family that is very much on a certain side of the blue line, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This shit means a lot to me, man. As somebody who's very opinionated when it comes to the political sphere because of his background from high school. That's how I am. And it's something that I'm very passionate about and talking. So like, I'm not sorry that I ended up missing Smite with her tonight. Do I feel bad that I did? Yeah, I do feel bad. And like, I hope that, and I hope that tomorrow I get to play with her or Sunday. Doesn't matter. Tonight I'm going to watch Smite shit on how to play Mulan. And I'm going to fucking carry her cute little ass. It doesn't matter. But like, I don't know, man. This shit's fun. More than fun, this shit matters to me because having a voice matters to me. I've put my brand on this stuff. Yeah, her and I both know that she's the carry. She just typed in the chat. Yeah, she's the carry. That's why I'm going to watch on how to be better. Okay. But like, yeah. I love you all. I love this podcast. I'm not sorry or sad or mad or anything that we lasted 3 hours. And just as Sheedap said, I want to wish you guys fucking good night, chat. With that, we are going to say,
Dylan.
Roll clones.
All credits. You guys have a good night. Stay safe. And we hope to see you guys again next week. Bye-bye.